Nice one, stream.
Alrighty, welcome back, you guys. Episode 6. Let's go. Quick recap of last session. You guys slept outside of Lashal Cove and borrowed horses from Edgin to get to Ava Shores. Some of you had some dreams, and you guys stabled your horses and Angramar at the barracks. You met Morta Ali. He was training the recruits. You guys went to the market. You got pickpocketed by Keenschling Muffinslinger the Fourth, and called him out and persuaded him that you could use him, like you could call on him at any point in time. So you've got that going on. You also bought a bunch of armor from Barry Zuckercorn. Can't forget that. Rainier told the army officers about the goblin camp. Jenny Roll set off to go get the permissions to bring a retinue to go take care of that. If you would like to, she could report back to you before they head out, Rainier.
I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I was actually
also
going to be...
met Sir Render Broderick, and he paid Rainier in a full set of plate mail to go check on his mother and sister in Gildriel. Ignis, Arthur, and then eventually Rainier went to the temple, and you guys were almost swindled by Chester Deeney. He's a false cleric. You were able to call him out. He's helping you do some research. You guys have done some research. You found out a couple things about werebears, a little bit of information regarding, a certain someone that is someone's family, potentially, but you guys don't know that. Canneray and Diastri went to the Mother's Grace Inn. You guys gambled a little bit. And then Cindy Lightballoon started singing. Canneray was enthralled by her song. Diastri, not so much, snapped Canneray out of it. You realized that she was a harpy. And then you gambled a little bit with Tony Wonder, and he caught you cheating. So on the way out, he was like, cheater, cheater. And on the way out, you were like, harpy, harpy. So you let the townspeople know that they were being swindled by a harpy. And during all of that, He-Sun went to go talk to the dwarves in the Dwarven Manor, which is where we're going to pick up today. So, He-Sun, you approach a large building. It's a little bit different architecture style from the rest of the town. It has stone walls, a stone roof. Everything looks very Dwarven. It reminds you of the ancient hill dwarf settlements that you had, seen paintings of and stuff, and like the ruins that you would have seen on your way out of your mountains before you, set off on your journey. As you approach, you do see smoke coming out of several of the chimneys in the back, and there's a big gilded door.
I'm gonna approach the door and I'm gonna give it a loud thud, like just big knock on it. Doo, doo, doo.
You hear a voice from the inside, and he's like, go away, we're not ready.
Is the door unlocked? Can I try it?
Yeah, you can open it. It's unlocked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open it and walk in then.
All right, as soon as you walk in, you see several dwarves, and they all seem to be working there's 2 smelters currently going. There's another dwarf at a table hammering on some armor. They all look at you, and at first they get pissed. They have this like, hey, like what, like face of like, how did you intrude? But then they see that you're a dwarf, and they're all like, oh, right, come on in.
God. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in.
Oh, can't wait for this.
What's this then?
Right.
This is the best day of my life.
And I'm gonna I'm not gonna introduce myself for one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna mention I heard you guys have been having problems with supplies coming in. I was just here to inquire about that.
Yeah, you see a female dwarf. She has no beard, but her hair's in braids, and she turns to you and she's like, oh, right, well, we had a bit of an issue with the scrub wood, but we're trying to use this wood. It's real bad.
Is it getting the job done, or?
Yeah, good enough for the army, but we got a little bit of scrub wood left, but we're saving it for something a bit more important.
Well, that's interesting because I have a pretty important task that I am trying to accomplish here. I was wondering if I could borrow the forge.
Sure. What is it that you're working on? And I need to roll something real quick. You have do you have any like markings on your clothing or armor or anything that come from the dwarves? Denoting that you're a Frostblade clan?
I may have like an emblem or something like tucked away, like maybe like a medallion or something.
Alrighty.
But I think most of my armor is like pretty scruffed up, so probably not. Like I don't know.
Okay. They don't notice anything. So what is it that you're trying to make there?
I've come into a need for some silver weapons, and I couldn't trust humans to make them, so here I am, here to forge them myself.
Understandable. What clan do you hail from?
I'm from the Frostblades. And then I'll introduce myself now, actually. I was Heason Sabrak of the clan Frostblade.
Oh, I know you. You're the bloke who went mad. And then you hear from the kitchen, this girl comes out, and she has very colorful hair. She has a pretty cool face. She does have a colored beard, and it's like, like a little goatee style. It's like, kind of short, and she comes out and she goes, "Oh no, I heard that his parents disowned him."
We hear a lot of things around here, but I know what I've seen. I know what I've seen. And I know what's under there. What's under our nation. There's something, it's dark.
Right. Well, why do you think we live here now? And you can see there's an older dwarf. He's sitting in the chair over here, and he kind of gets up and he approaches you and he goes, "I was there on the first day, and I immediately took my family and I left, and I'll never go back. And unfortunately, we can't get the other dwarves to join, but whatever you need, I understand." Mate, I forgot to do the accent.
Mate. Whatever you need, mate.
Now, listen, mate.
Just warm up the forge and we'll give you a hand, eh?
Put some shrimps on the forge, yeah.
But I'm just gonna bow my head a little bit and say I appreciate that. There's not many out there that would believe the ramblings of someone who isn't entirely coherent. But I know what I've seen, and it's not good. And I just need to use your forge. I need to make some silver weapons to help some people that I've come in contact with.
You can see their eyes kind of light up. As you mentioned, silvered weapons. They're kind of tired of working with the shit, iron and steel that they have from the humans. And you see the woman. She introduces herself as Hallie Khashoggi, and you recognize that name. When they were also from the Frostblade clan. You don't know them personally, but you've seen them around. You've heard of them. They have several, the Dwarven families are very large, so you might have went to school with Khashoggi cousin or something like that. And so she kind of rummages there's a bundle of sticks in the corner, and she rummages underneath and she pulls out a bundle of scrubwood. You recognize it, and she goes, "Well, we'd love to help you. How many weapons do you need?"
Do you guys have any silvered weapons already prepared?
No, unfortunately, that's not really our bag. We make weapons for the army, so the humans, they don't require good steel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand completely. The humans can tell a good weapon if it Stab them in the chest.
But one thing, if we help you, would you mind doing us a favor? Because we've got our scrubwood shipment hasn't shown up, and we're a little concerned. The barge hasn't arrived in several weeks, and we can't make good steel without it. And the steel's the only way that the humans will let us stay here.
I could infer with my party about possibly going and finding out what's going on. Especially if you guys let me use the forge or give me a hand here. We can I'm sure we can sort something out. If you help us, we can help you.
Alrighty then. And so she lights up the third forge and she puts some scrubwood in it. They finish up what they're doing in the other two forges, and they kind of just like haphazardly throw like a shitty sword, and like they kind of clear out some of the coals and the fire and stuff, and they start loading it up with scrubwood, and they offer to help you. If you have the silver for whatever you're attempting to make, they will, because it takes 8 hours to do each weapon, and so they will help you so that you can
I only have 2 weapons right now. I think I have Rainier's longsword and I have 1 rapier. From them. From Diastri.
And you're gonna do some arrows or bolts.
Yeah, and I was thinking as well. Am I able to do just 10 arrows for 50 silver, or 50 gold's worth? Sorry, of silver.
Yeah, sure. It'll take half this amount of time, 4 hours.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I currently have 250 gold. Would they have the silver available, or do I need to go get that? Like change myself.
The older man who's sitting in the chair, he goes, "I've got that for you," and he runs upstairs and he brings down 3 silver chalices, and he's like, "If you give me the gold for my cups, I'll give you the cups so you can melt it down."
Worth 250 gold.
Each.
I don't want him skimping me out. He's like, yeah, these are worth 250 gold.
Roll an insight check. Go ahead. Go ahead. These people who are offering their labor for free.
Hey, I gotta know.
Never be too. Oh boy.
I don't know.
It seems a very fair price. So you guys set off working, and a couple hours in, you've already melted the silver at this point, and you're just, forging it onto already existing weapons. You guys are working at, the big table and the anvils together, and a druid approaches from outside of the kitchen. He did not make his presence known previously, and he goes, "While you're out looking for our shipment, part of the problem that we're having here is we don't have any scrubwood trees in Ava Shores. Would you be interested in bringing me some saplings or seeds so that I can grow them here? I'm sure that the Reeve would be amenable to us starting a grove. For the good of the army, of course."
Do you know where I could perhaps get some of these seeds or saplings? If it's a travel back to the Dwarves, I don't know if that's on the cards right now.
Well, if you can find the missing scrubwood in our shipment, then perhaps this time the guy will have actually brought the saplings that I requested. But if not, it would be a trip back to the Dwarves.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Maybe not be on the cards in the near future, but I'll definitely bring that up and see what I can make anyone do.
Understandable. And he kind of just shuffles off. He's pretty like formal for a druid, and he kind of shuffles back to the kitchen. So
it's a dwarf druid. That'd be a pretty rare sight, wouldn't it? That's pretty odd.
So the druids are the ones who are basically responsible for growing all the food underneath the mountain, and so there aren't very many of them. But the ones that there are, they curate and make different like farms and stuff in the mountains. So it's not super rare, but there aren't very many of them. but it's not like you
Yep.
don't see it and you're shocked. It's just like, oh. However, what you do notice is that means that there's one less, druid in the dwarf lands to make food.
Lands, yep. Yes, that is quite concerning, but they got it sorted, so I trust that.
So Ms. Mill, the colorful hair dwarf with the beard, she offers you while you're working and everyone else a bunch of ale. She's got large barrels of ale kind of all throughout the whole thing, and she just keeps bringing it to you and bringing it to you. And it's been a long time since you had dwarven ale, and it tastes, if you drink it, it tastes very good.
I will partake.
Okay.
Yeah, always forge drunk, guys.
Yep. A couple of hours in,
Should.
she keeps bringing you some stuff, and she goes, "You know what I miss about the old home? Were the temples. You a religious man?"
Not really, no.
That's fair.
You don't see what I've seen and be religious, unfortunately.
Well, my thing is that the human gods, they're so lovable. They got a mother, they got a father, but they're not mine. I wish my parents would spend the resources for me to craft an altar to Thurkum. And you know that that's the god of ale and mead.
Ah, yes. I shrine to Thurkum, like right here in this town.
Oh, in the house. I don't think the humans would appreciate it, but
I don't think they would either.
Yeah, his blessings go into every moment of my life, and my father does not care. And you hear him kind of muttering. He's like, "Foolish girl," like as he's working, he's like sitting there hammering. He's like, "Foolish girl."
So this is just one. Is this one big family?
It's several members of different families, but there's the Khashoggis. So there's Hallie and Burton, and they make the weapons for the town. And then there's the older man, Beldek Luftek, and Randor Luftek, and Mizmil Luftek. They're all in a family. And then Grynob the Druid is not technically related to any of them, but they all come from two clans. One comes from the one comes from Frostblade, so you know them. And the other,
Guessing that's the Khashoggi.
Yeah, that's
person,
the
or...
Khashoggis, yep. And then the other ones, you can roll an insight check to see if you can tell where they come from.
I think at this moment, I'm probably more focused on just forging the weapons. Doing a good job.
Okay. She tells you, "I only need 150 pounds of gold. Would you help me?"
Unfortunately, I don't have those kinds of funds on me. But I did just exchange 250 gold for these chalices. If whoever I did that with would be kind enough to part ways with some.
So you know that 100 gold goes into a 1 pound ingot.
Oh, okay.
So that's a
so
lot of gold.
They want like 10,000 gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's no matter. If you can't get it to me, it's no big deal. I just, I would give you a shield I made.
And I would love the shield, but for 150 pounds of gold, that's a bit above my price range at this point in time.
Fair.
I'll see what I can do. It may not be soon, but
all right. So with everyone's help, you're able to spend the 8 hours and craft all the weapons and the arrows that you would like to while you're there. The talk of the house is they're kind of asking you, where you've been, what have your travels been like. They're telling you what it was like for them to come from the Dwarven Mountains, how they were able to settle in Ava Shores by making an arrangement to craft the weapons for the military. They are concerned because there is a halfling family that also moved in here, and Ava Shores seems to be becoming the place where refugees go and live from other nations. There's also, they tell you about, recently there was a fire, and someone burned down a house by the shore, and that they're concerned. They were like, well, we hope that, this doesn't happen to us. Some people don't like us in the town, things like that. You also hear about, they just kind of reiterate that the farms aren't doing that well, and that Grynob the Druid has been afraid to go check it out himself. He doesn't want to interpose himself in human issues, but if they can't fix the farm situation, pretty soon he's going to have to get involved.
I think you should hold off for now, and we're also perhaps going to be looking into that as well. So anything that we'll let you guys know if I find anything, and hopefully it won't come to any meddling. I'd hate to see something happen to you guys as well.
Fair.
And
fair.
we all know how other races can be.
Oh,
We got to look out for our own. And
for sure. Do you want to ask them anything while you guys are just standing around talking, working?
I don't think so. I don't really have many questions apart from maybe actually I'll probably ask them more about the supplies and stuff, what route does it usually take, and can they give me some more information.
Yeah, so they explain that there is a river that goes from the Dwarf Mountains, and it goes down past Natur, which is the capital city, and then it leads out into Ava Shores, or into the Gracewater Lake, and then from there they sort of skiff it along into Ava Shores, so that's how they get their shipments, and that the guy, Valmar Windstream, that normally takes it, hasn't shown up, and they're worried for him.
Is there anywhere along the river that's known to be particularly dicey?
Not particularly. It does get a little narrow and fast just south of Natur, the capital city. But, usually they can navigate it pretty well.
Okay.
And
I'm just looking for a place to start.
yeah.
If we were to go searching for these people.
Burton tells you it's probably best just follow the river up from the lake.
That makes sense. I appreciate that.
Um
Yeah, that's really all I wanted to know. I'll actually ask them as well. If they've heard any news from the dwarf nation.
Yeah, so a few things that they tell you is that there have been multiple attacks. The dwarves at every step of the way have been able to fight back the incursions, but they've had to collapse a lot of tunnels. A lot of the mines are abandoned. They when they left, the Luftdecks, the last thing that happened before they left, the thing that kind of prompted them to leave was there was a group of dwarves that actually had gotten mind controlled, and they weren't acting like themselves, and they actually were able to infiltrate and kill a few other dwarves before they themselves were cut down and stopped, and then they closed off that mine shaft as well.
That visibly shakes Heeson hearing that, to be honest. But apart from that, I think that's all I really wanted to know. Just some news, some information on the supplies, and I think that's about it.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll either strength or dexterity to hammer the weapons with advantage.
Ooh,
Nice.
22.
Oh, baby. Okay, so weapon 1 is good. Go ahead and roll it again for weapon number 2.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's your
Two
turn.
separate rolls.
Yep.
I can't do this, dude. Oh no.
You'll be fine.
No, it's not fine. It is
It's
not
11.
fine.
11. Okay, pretty
Fuck.
good, pretty good. And then for the arrows.
All right, this is where I get a crit.
Each individual arrow,
No.
or
No, not each individual arrow.
Imagine that.
All right, 14.
Alright,
That's
no.
good.
Keep
14
track here.
rolls.
The good quality, the bad quality.
So you're able to successfully do that. They don't feed you any food, but I believe you guys ate this morning, so you should be okay. You are going to spend the whole day there. Is there anything else that you would like to do before we go back to Canare and Austihr, who have left the tavern before their 8 hours is done?
Keep slapping away at the metal. That's all I want to do. Just focusing. If it'll give me especially if it'll give me a reroll for that second one.
No, it's good. It's good.
Sweet.
Yeah, wait for the silver to just snap. Mid-fight.
I'm putting all of the dwarves that you met in your guys' journals. Obviously, the rest of the party has not met these people, so don't get too meta, but I don't want to start putting NPCs in individual people's things because it's going to drive me insane. So that's going to bring us to Canare and Austihr. Oh,
sorry,
go ahead.
one last thing as well. I was going to ask if they had any other if they like had any other weapons that were suitable for humans or the like. For sale.
We've got all kinds of weapons. Basically, any simple or martial weapon that you would like to purchase, they have for sale. But just they warn you that the steel quality is not very good, and that they wouldn't expect it to last. You know, it's not going to hold up in a really hard fight. Sorry about that, mate.
Just that's no problem. Just give me one moment. Just gotta deliberate a little bit.
Okay.
With who?
Did you? I would say, is this scrubwood gonna have any more life on it? Like after I'm done the forging, or do you reckon that's about like all they had time for was just that? That's it.
There's 4 hours left of scrubwood to be burnt, so it's not enough for a full other weapon, but it would be enough for like 10 more arrows. Or like a dagger or some small weapon, but not like a sword or like a axe or anything.
Would I do half a rapier? Shit.
That's the tip.
So just the upper half of it.
I think the second rapier may have to wait, unfortunately. But I mean, at least you've got 10 arrows, Austihr. Yeah. So that's fine then. I won't bother.
Wait, what? You could just do half silver and then half the bad steel, so it breaks off inside of the werebear.
Yeah, true. Actually, that's a good idea. But I've only got 4 hours, so I'll get like halfway through. Probably just the steel part, and then it'll be like, oh shit.
Well, they already have the crappy. They also have the crappy weapons already.
Yeah, true. They do.
That's gonna cost you extra.
It still takes 8 hours to
Just leave it there.
Yeah, it still takes 8 hours to smelt it and do all that stuff. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it.
Alright.
So yeah, I'll just leave it there. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. That's gonna bring us to Austihr and Canare. It is like 6 o'clock at night. You guys are running out of the tavern. You have pissed off Tony Wonder, the bard, and you guys, where would you like to run to from the tavern? Would you like to see the town map?
Let's see the town map.
Sure. Alrighty.
And technically, I didn't piss off Tony Wonder.
Well, correct. Yes, you technically did not piss off Tony
I just happened to be in the
Wonder.
company of someone that did.
Okay. So here is the town map.
Okay.
The tavern is here. You happen to know that the party is in the temple, which is here. And this is the Dwarven Manor where your dwarf friend has gone.
I mean, if the temple's right there, that's probably where I'm gonna head, personally.
Same for you, Austihr?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. As you guys are walking, you kind of cross the street. You see Morta Alley. You remember him. He was the commander that was training the troops in the barracks. And he's just kind of standing outside the officer's cabin, looking a little dejected. And he goes, "Hey, soldier!" And he waves to you, Canare, to come over.
He catches my attention, and I kind of start walking towards him.
Okay. He's like, "You served in the army, yeah?"
Yeah, I was a standard bearer of the Dragonborn army.
All right. Well, you're a soldier nonetheless. So I'm gonna tell you what we need. Your friend is checking on the Dwarven steel for us. I've got a little bit of a problem myself. Would you like to help me?
Depends on what's in it for me.
The gratitude of the general's son of the Avon army, and he gives you like that entitled millennial attitude.
If you exposure, God.
I was about to say, is this like an exposure situation? I can't put food on the table with gratitude.
I'll give you a couple golds. How's that? I'm just mighty parched, and I don't feel like sending my men to go get more water from the lake.
So you just want us to get water for you? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. You just gotta grab the barrels from the barracks and bring them down to the lake, fetch water, come back.
Austihr, how do you feel about making a few gold coins?
Oh, I mean, I don't mind a few extra gold coins. I'd much rather have a new rapier.
Get that. Get that.
But here's the thing: we know the terrible quality that they're working with weapons.
Yeah, I mean, somebody might have something on hand, though. You know, back in a store, or their own
family
personal.
heirloom. Yeah.
I mean, they obviously had a nice set of plate armor rolling around.
Hey, you don't know about that yet.
Oh yeah, we don't do it.
Some plate armor for some water lugging.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to make some gold. I mean,
Sure.
I've lugged some water before.
Okay. I'm gonna have you guys roll strength checks, as these are very large barrels of water. That's pretty good.
Oh, what a good fucking roll.
That's pretty good. That's good enough. Good enough. So it takes you like 20 or so minutes. You gotta lug barrels down. You're able to fill it up in the water. You gotta lug it all back up. He did offer for you guys to use like one of like there's horse-drawn carts, and then there's also wagons. So he allows you to use some of the wagons. And when you return, he gives you 5 gold pieces, and he's like, "Thank you so much, soldier. Really appreciate that. Tell you what."
Go ahead. Sorry.
I grow tired of teaching my expertise to these unskilled peasants, because there's still all the soldiers that are training in that outside part of the barracks. You see that useless lump I've got inspecting the trebuchets? And he kind of points over to, there's a guy, he's been inspecting the trebuchets since this morning, and he's just sort of walking around all the siege weapons, and he's kind of like, just kind of, you could tell he's like bullshitting around, like pretending to look like he's busy. Spar with him. He could use the practice.
I could use a little refinement of my skills.
Excellent. He brings you guys kind of over here to the middle of this little area. And who wants to spar first, Canare or Austihr?
I serve, so let's help a fellow military man out. I'll go first.
Okay. He is a human, but roll an insight check.
Roll an insight check. That should go well.
He's.
That sounds. How do you get a 0?
We're really great at insight.
Am I rolling insight as well? Hopefully.
He's definitely a human.
Yeah, you can roll one as well. Go ahead. He's just
better, but...
good old human, just a humano. Okay. That is fantastic. Canare, I'm gonna have you square up. You can go within position wherever you would like to be to this guy. You don't have to start like far away. And I'm gonna have
We'll start
you
10 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna have
Oh.
you go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, mine wasn't very good now, was it?
It's the only good initiative roll I'll ever get.
What you got? Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. So you can go first. Go ahead and do what you want to do. This guy whips out he's got a spear, and then he also has a sword. I mean a shield. Wrong item.
All right, so pull the two-handed sword, call up Yishurin for my back, and start to advance on him. And I kind of say, "I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, human." And then I take an attack.
Go for it.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So with a crit fail, as you're walking towards him, you just sort of like you're got your eye on the target, and you sort of like stumble on like a little rock or whatever, and your swing kind of just totally goes way wide. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Be embarrassed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, then he is going to lunge at you with his spear. He's got his shield up, so it's only going to be a one-handed attack.
14 does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay, excellent. And he has the multi-attack option, so he's going to do it again.
That does hit.
That does hit. For 11 piercing damages to you.
Oof. Big ouchies.
And he's going to do it again. Oh, that was not the right button.
It's 3 attacks.
Oh, yeah. He gets 3 attacks or 2 ranged attacks. Feels good for him.
He just fucked my shit up.
Oh, buddy. That's
You
the
reached, right?
18 damages as you stumbled over to him and you just went wide with your sword, and he just pokes at you with the spear, and he gets you. The first one you're able to parry out of the way. The second one gets you in the leg, kind of slashes you. And the third one gets you right in the thigh. Is that your full HP? Are you technically down?
I am down, yeah.
All right. You're not unconscious. He comes over to you. He hands you a healing potion, and he kind of helps you get back up, and he's like, well done, well done. And at this point, Morta is just drinking out of the barrels of the water, and he kind of stands up and he looks at Diastri and he's like, are you next?
Sure, let's go.
I just kind of I shoot Diastri a glance like, holy crap, this guy might be a little bit more than we thought he was.
It's just sparring, right?
Yeah.
You can go back up
Practice.
to full health because it was just sparring. It wasn't like
Alright.
actual lethal damage.
I'm gonna lick my wounds over here.
I presume since we are sparring, this is melee only.
No, you can do whatever you want. This is just, he's just trying to hone his, he's trying to hone himself. Go ahead
well,
and
but-
roll a
I'm
cheeky
gonna start back.
initiative.
Ooh, not good.
Ooh,
Oh, I did forgot to select my token, but
that's okay. We don't really
That's
need
fine.
to keep track of initiative. It's all good. So he goes first, and he is seeing that you have ran all the way over here. He's going to move his full movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here, and he's going to take his arm back, and he's going to try to throw the spear at you. Let's see if he can do it. That part's not so good. That misses. So you're just so fast, you kind of step out of the way, and as he throws the spear, you can gauge the trajectory, and you're long, out of the way of it at the time. And that's going to be all he can do on his turn, and now he's going to have to go pick up a spear.
All right,
Maybe
I
you-
will go ahead and just fire my longbow at him. See what we can do from a range.
That is not going to hit. He still has the shield up, and as you shoot at him, he just sort of puts the shield up, and the arrow, bink, kind of just deflects off harmlessly. He is going to again just try to spend his full movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to use the dash action to go over here, pick up the spear. He's unable to attack, but now he is in your face. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna attack him with my primary hand short sword.
He is able to parry that out of the way.
Second hand.
And the
Nope.
second one, he just sort of like does like a little like spin move and gets out of the way of your blades as they just swish, swish into the air. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna run away.
All right. As you run away, he gets an attack of opportunity and he's going to try to bash you with his shield. Does a 14 hit?
I am 14, so is it?
Yeah, if it meets it, it
Yeah,
beats
he
it. So yeah, he
meets-
hits
beats
you.
it.
I need you to roll a strength saving throw. Okay, so you're actually knocked prone. You're unable to get away. You're knocked prone right here. And you may use half of your movement to stand up. And
Okay.
then you can only move the other half of your movement away. But he's already taken his opportunity attack, so that's like as you're going to run away, he just bashes you with the shield in the back. You fall down. You kind of have to pick yourself up and scramble up, and then you can run over there. At this point, is that your full turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, our boy Benito he's going to free item interaction. He kind of reaches down, picks up his spear. He's gonna run over to you 5, 10, 15, and he is going to attempt to hit you with the spear. That's going to hit, and he's gonna get you for 14 piercing damage.
I think it rolled the crit damage there as well, so it'll just be 11.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's just 11? My bad. I really have to change. I don't like doing the advantage for several reasons, but we'll discuss that after the session. And he's gonna do it again, because he can do 3 attacks.
Fucking do it again.
That hits.
That puts me.
That puts you down?
That puts me down. now,
Okay,
yeah.
so as
What a beast.
you run away from him and you sort of turn to face him and he comes at you, one slash with the spear kind of gets you right in the arm, and then the second one, as he's stabbing into you, you just feel it like this is so close to hitting an internal organ. And again, he does the same thing. He kind of helps you back up and he gives you a healing potion. You can just go back to full health. It's just a really great healing potion. It was just sparring. No big deal. No big deal. And he kind of calls Canneray over and he's like, hey, that was pretty good, guys. And he seems like he's not even winded by that encounter. And he's like, thanks for taking it easy on me, guys.
I kind of give him a once over and extend my hand and go to shake his hand.
Yeah, he gives you like that gladiator, like wrist to wrist, you know, like, yeah, brother. Look, that guy, and he points over to Murda. That guy's an ass, and he's got no idea what he's doing. I've been enlisted for 4 years, and we've never done more than just drill. They don't use this army, which is a good thing, because we're not at war. But I came here to learn how to defend my home. I'm from Elf Camp, and the elves killed my wife and child the last time that they attacked. You see those siege weapons over there? I want to steal one of them and bring it back to Elf Camp. The Aven army won't even notice until the next inventory check. I know, because I'm the inventory guy. Would you guys help me?
Do you know particularly the specific people that killed your family, or is this just a random attack against Elf Camp?
I don't know the specifics. Occasionally there used to be a few years ago raids on Elf Camp, and Austihr, you would know this, that there are in the Elf nation, there's a bit of a fractured thought on some people want to take revenge on humans and retake their lands. Some people just want to, accept the fact that they've been migrated so that the humans can have that territory, and they don't necessarily want to continue fighting. There's been enough blood shed on both sides that they're kind of done with it. Any attacks on humans is not sanctioned by the Elven authorities, but there are little secret pockets of, Elven rebels and stuff that just kind of try to, I think they think that if they get enough progress done, that might sway the elves to, maybe, turn the tide of battle, so to speak.
When was the last time you were at Elf Camp?
About 4 years ago, before I left to come here to join the army.
Is it still inhabited?
Yeah. Tons of people lived there when I left. I mean, it's a small town, but it's on the border. There's like a river, and across the river is where the elves live, and it's to your knowledge, it's still habitated.
So what's your plan then?
I just want to set something up. I want one of these ballista or mangonels so that if they do attack, we have something, to shoot at them. Most of the townspeople aren't necessarily trained in martial arts, so I'm going to try to take a couple weapons for myself, and I'd like to teach the townsfolk how to defend themselves.
Yeah, a mangonel in a defensive position with a bunch of rocks in it. That could do your work.
So my plan is to wait for nightfall, and if I can have some help, because these things are kind of heavy, to sneak it out to the edge of town, and then from there I should be fine. I'm gonna grab my horse and be able to pull it out, but I just need help getting it out. They have plenty. It's not like I'm taking their only siege weapon, you see? And he points, and you can see that there are several different styles of siege weapons. There's packed up trebuchets, they've got ballista, they've got mangonels, and you see that they have that large pile of weapons, even though they keep breaking, but the army looks like it's actually very well provided for.
Yeah, it's not so much that I'm worried about you stealing. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. It's more so it really doesn't help me at all to help you.
You would be saving lives.
Lives that don't affect me at this moment.
And you only plan on using these weapons in potential defense and not to as a proactive attack weapon
Oh, 100%.
against anybody?
Yeah, we don't want to expand the borders of our town. We just want to stay safe.
Tell you what, you are a worthy warrior, and I believe that has a merit on its own. So, if my elf friend here decides to help, I'll help.
I'm open to helping as long as, we have something coming our way rather than just helping out of the, what you would call goodness of our hearts, because that's not the way the world works.
I really can't compensate you for your troubles. The army doesn't pay much. The only thing of value that I've got is my sword, and it's magical. And he didn't use that during the fight with you guys. He was using a spear and a shield, but you see it in a scabbard on his hip, and it kind of has that magical glinty gleam. But I can't give it to you. The only way I would ever part with it is if you pried it out of my cold, limp hands. Thanks, though.
Doing that. No will in doing that.
Me?
Are you aware of any weapons that the army has here that aren't the crappy weapons that are breaking that the dwarves have been providing?
Oh, Barry Zuckercorn. He's down in the market. He's amazing.
I mean that the army has in their possession, not Barry.
Oh,
We've already
all
spoken
the
with Barry.
good steel was made before the dwarves ran out of scrubwood, and mostly it's at the officers. The officers have all the stuff, and they don't really give it to, the layman per se.
So Benito, what is the plan? Do you have a whole plan? Fill me in, and then I'll decide. What time are we meeting? What do we need? What do you need from us?
Okay, so I'm thinking when the moon is at its lowest, we come in, there's a changing of the guard, and we cause a distraction so that the people that are walking on the parapets don't see us. And then we take the mangonel, we sneak it out without bringing the horse. I'll have my horse waiting on the edge of town. I don't want them to hear the clip clopping. I've already greased this one up so that when the wheels turn, it doesn't make any noise. And we book it. We cheese it, bro.
Well, I should be pretty good at make a distraction. I am a giant dragon who can breathe fire when I need to, so we could figure something out.
Thank you.
And I can be sneaky when needed, so I guess, yeah, let's see what happens.
All right, excellent. Meet me back here when the moon is at its lowest.
We'll see you then, Benito.
Nope. All right, so you guys have plans when the moon is at its lowest. Like I said, it's about 6, 7 at night now. If you were stopped on your way to the temple, do you wish to continue going to the temple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. You guys make it in there. You walk into the temple, and it is... No one is downstairs. I'll put you guys on that map in a second. But yeah, for the most part, you're walking into an empty temple. You guys who are upstairs, you have spent at this point like 6, 7 hours researching. You're almost at the end of your day. You have gleamed a few other things. Is there anything in specifically that you guys were trying to research besides just the werebears and stuff like that? Anything just not lycanthrope related? Because at that point, I think you guys have already gotten most of the lycanthrope knowledge.
I would like, if we have a little bit more time, I would like to look a little bit more into the dreams that I had to see if I can get some general knowledge on frost giants versus fire giants, and an ancient, the ancient temple of stone. Kind of see if I can find references to ancient temples, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check. Whoa.
23.
Shit.
Nice.
You learn of several powerful artifacts that were created by the gods, and this one in particular, you learn about the helm, and it's a helm that is reported to have great alchemical powers, and it was said to belong to a gnome god. You also learn of a spear that is called the pen of writing. That's what the humans call it. These were artifacts from the gnomes, and the humans have seen them. The humans are aware of the helm. They've seen it in real life. There are several historical accounts of people seeing a gnome wearing this helm. And then several hundred years later, there is a reported alleged account of a human being in possession of this helm.
Does it say anywhere kind of where
Yes.
these
So
sightings were?
the sighting of the human was in Austihr Alur, and this person was the one who helped set up the refinery in Gildriel to smelt and refine the gold that they mine. And it was a way to create an acid that would take all the impurities and all of the other stuff of the ore of the gold and just leave them with a solid gold nugget that they could then smelt into usable gold.
And then anything on where the spear was last seen, or is that?
The spear
Lost
wasn't,
the-
the account wasn't recorded as in such great detail. It was, however, it's just a story of it, and they don't have any specifics on it.
Any place mentioned in the story?
No, just that it comes from the gnomes, and it's reported of the gnomes' gods. And you rolled a 23, so the other thing that you notice is that there are several pages that are torn out of the book, and right the few sentences right before the pages are torn out is they're talking about something that can transform. And they're saying, and this is another thing from the gnomes, and it was really crazy and technologically advanced, and it could transform, and then all the pages are ripped out.
I would put this book in my bag.
Okay, do you want this guy to see you put the book in your bag? Or are you going to try to do it stealthily?
I don't care.
Okay, so you just go and...
Yeah, I'm just going to put it in my bag, and if he has a problem with that, I have a problem with him.
Okay. He does, as you put the book in your bag, he does say, hey, what are you doing there with my book?
I am borrowing it with no intent to return it. And as much as I'm sure that pains you, it also pained me when you said that you could cure us. So I think this is a very fair trade.
Is that book worth more than 50 gold, sir?
Roll either intimidation or persuasion. Whichever one you think you're trying to accomplish here. With advantage, because you guys already scared the shit out of this guy and intimidated him and all this stuff. He's very much, Yep, you can have that book.
I'm not doing it so threateningly. I'm just stating matter of fact.
You certainly can have that book. Are there any other books that you would like to take from our library?
Jibbly, I guess real quick, Arthur would look around to see if there's any more books related to the one that he borrowed off Ignis of the like the Starcleavers, the Dawnbands, and those families. If there's any more hidden around.
Roll an investigation check.
Was there a title to the book?
Are Canary and I in there now?
You guys are downstairs. This is like while you guys are doing your whole thing.
Inspiration.
Are you going to use your inspiration on this?
I don't have one.
Oh, okay. You are unable to find any more books. Now, have you been reading this book during your research time?
I would have been, yeah.
Okay. You have found out that all three of those families are actually all the same family, and that they are known by different names. They've all attempted to hide their names. Like sometimes when they go places, they say that they're Starcleavers. Sometimes when they go places, they say that they're Dawnbane. You will probably only get a few hours of reading in, so I'll say you read like a third of the book. From what you can tell, they have been on the hunt for some of these artifacts and also are known for interplanar travel. They have actually ventured into the elemental plane of fire. They ventured into the elemental plane of earth and water and air. They are also reportedly were on the hunt for other planes of existence.
Was there a title to the book that I got?
The book that you got is called Gnomish Artifacts.
How much are books worth?
It depends on the book, but they're very expensive.
No.
Ooh, well,
we got access
to the whole library, guys. If we're ever short on money.
Jibbly?
Yes.
Rainier would like to try to look for two, kind of looking at two different subjects apart from werebearers. The first one, I guess he wants to find...
You fell asleep at the table last session, Rainier.
Oh, you're right.
I'm sorry. You're out. Yeah, you're out. You had a point of exhaustion and you're sleepy.
That's right.
Yeah.
You rolled like a 1, right? With a negative.
Yeah, you rolled a 0. I've never seen an actual 0. I'm sorry, Rainier. You're sleepy.
That's fair.
I mean, that's 2 sessions now with actual zeros.
Yeah, I rolled a 0.
Yeah, that's true. So
that might just be our thing.
Unfortunately, you're out for a while. You can roll a d4 to see when you wake up.
Yeah. Honestly.
I'm gonna write out a little slip of paper that just says
gnomish artifacts and where to find them, the date, and then just write Ignis borrowed and put it on
Like
one
a
of the tables.
library.
Just,
That's cute. Okay.
Yep.
Um.
I will return it someday.
All right.
Nice 3-hour nap.
Yeah, you're gonna
May
take a little
I?
3-hour nap. Go ahead, Arthur.
Oh, I guess I'll just ask if I can borrow the book for the night and I'll return it in the morning.
I really, if as long as you swear that you're gonna return it, part of my job here is to keep all of these texts in the temple for research purposes,
course.
and you guys are sort of taking a bunch of them away from me.
I'll return it in the morning.
As
While
part of your job is also curing people of their ailments, and I will cast Vicious Mockery for non-lethal damage.
oh shit, okay. That hurts. That hurts him in the heart. Right in the heart, it hurts him. When you guys first arrived, Austihr and Canneray, you guys noticed that there is no one downstairs. You're in this large cathedral. There's huge stained glass windows that reflect as the sun is starting to set. It's like dinner time, but it is getting a little darker outside. You do notice that there's some incense burning, and there's the large pipe organ in the corner. And do you wish to do anything for the first few minutes that you're there?
Begin to play the pipe. No. No.
Just do an investigation to see if there's anything out of place.
Oh,
or
go ahead. Yeah, roll an
something
investigation.
interesting around here.
Interesting.
From what you can see, this is incredibly expensive. Everything here is like the nicest that it could possibly be. There's really nice chiseled stone walls. The wood floors are like imported wood from Zerobia. The pews themselves are imported wood from Zerobia. The incense is probably from Altaheim or Kindraga, some of the other human states. The roll a religion check. That's about it. You do tell that the pipe organ is not of human creation, so you kind of can tell that the humans don't make stuff like this.
Do I see anything that looks expensive and small enough to pocket?
No, there's like books of hymns in the back of the pews. There's a brazier here that has like oil in it, so it's like an eternal flame as opposed to like needing wood to consistently be thrown into it. Looks like the oil just, gets to be refilled every once in a while.
What's the cup size on that brazier?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
F.
I do an investigation check on it.
Big areolas.
Oh god.
Roll survival.
Would they be oil auras?
Oh, jeez.
No.
Thank you. I'm here till 11.
Would we kind of, JJ? Will we kind of know that they're like upstairs at this point? Like, can we hear like moving around or anything?
No.
Probably my snoring.
It's very echoey in this like big chamber, and so you don't, unless you would like to roll a perception check, you can certainly see if you can try to suss them out.
Sure, why not? I'm proficient in it.
Yes, okay. Well, at first you don't notice where anyone is, but then you see a woman, you hear footsteps at the top of the stairs, you can kind of hear some shuffling upstairs, and she comes down and she goes, "Hi, can I help you?"
Hi, we're with the paladin who is upstairs, along with the other members up there. We're just relinking with them.
Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, they're just upstairs. I can show you the way, unless you want to hear a song first.
I guess.
Sure.
She plays you a song on the organ, and it's pretty. It's okay. It's not like the best song you've ever heard in your life, but it's pretty decent. And she asks if you guys, when she finishes up, do you clap? Or do anything? Okay.
Light clap, golf clap.
She
I just say that was good. Thanks.
asks if you guys go to the capital Natur often.
I have never been.
Dragonborn and an elf.
Oh, well, I've heard tale of a bard, and he recites poems so lovely that it would put my music to shame. Can you believe that?
No, impossible. I say very obviously sarcastically.
She's gonna insight check that to
Oh,
see if she catches. To see if she.
Can I hold on? Can I roll like a deception?
Yeah.
check?
Oh man, you're
Hey.
so. Why are you so
Wow.
charismatic,
Yeah.
Cogs?
Whoo, baby. She takes you seriously.
Damn.
She's like, wow, thanks. Yeah. So I heard about this bard, and I was just wondering if you guys go to Natur ever, would you mind bringing me along with you as an escort? I want to meet this bard. He's a Kenku. And he
Well-
recites music so lovely. And go ahead.
Seeing as we're not the only members of this party, we will have to run it by them. So we'd have to get back to you on that one. What was your name?
My name is Martha Bain.
Thank you, human. Well, I will run that by our party and see what they think.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, your funds are just upstairs, and you guys can go follow them upstairs.
Yeah.
Can't help but notice that you only mentioned the human paladin. Did you forget what we are?
I was just under duress. I'm terrible at thinking while I'm being questioned. So
Oh, the army must have sucked.
Oh, you play D&D? Name every party member's race and class and spells and HP and PP and AC then.
I could do it if I wasn't like in a situation. Actually, it's just
I
like
just assume that Canary.
my brain is awful.
I just assume that half of Canary's thoughts are that fucking paladin.
All right.
Well, it's good and bad.
So at this point, it's been about 8 hours. You guys, Rainier kind of wakes up from a nap. Son, you're done. You have successfully created a bunch of weapons with the dwarves. They kind of ask if you need a place to stay or anything like that. You can sleep on the floor. They don't have room like upstairs for you, but they're just offering you like, as much dwarven hospitality as possible.
I appreciate the offer, but I should probably be getting back by now.
Okay.
Now that I'm finished.
Alrighty.
I wish you all luck and stay safe out there.
Good day, mate.
G'day, mate. That's not what we say when we're leaving, but
I love this. I love this so much.
Yeah,
and then I'm just gonna pack up the weapons and head off.
Okay. As you are heading out, you would have known that most of the party is convening at the temple, so you can head over there.
We discussed that, I believe.
Yeah, as you're going down the road, you see at the lumber yard that there is a woman, and she seems to be struggling. She's trying to pick up these really heavy logs by herself.
Man, part of me wants to avoid this situation.
You could just walk right past.
Is she like, how close is she to the road? Like, will I have to like walk off and like go a ways to get to her, or is she
Yeah,
like on the road?
I'll show you the town map. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
So
Sounds real good. Oh,
you're
blimey.
walking from here, and you go
Yep.
to here, and she is. You see this like pile of logs right here next to the road?
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit blurry, but I do like make it out.
Okay. She's at this little pile of logs. They're basically stacked like a foot or two away from the edge of the road. You can just ignore her and go past her. There's also, you can turn around and go back to the dwarf land and take another route to the temple if you would like.
Is she trying to like what is she trying to do with them? She's just trying to stack them up, or is she trying to like actually move them?
She looks like she's actually trying to move them. At this time, you're looking at her and trying to gauge what she's doing, and the wind picks up. And it went from being kind of a dreary, kind of gray, overcast day, and it starts pouring just out of nowhere. Just absolute thick, fat water droplets when they land on your head. It's soaking your beard, and you're looking at her, and she's just struggling, trying to pick up these logs, and they're just wet now. They just got soaked almost instantaneously.
God damn it. Why do I have to be a good person, dude? Yeah, I'll go over and I'll go over and I'll give her a hand, dude.
Okay. As you approach, you see that she is grunting and struggling, and as you approach, she goes, do you mind giving me a hand?
I'll just grab one end of the log.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check.
Strength check.
Strength check.
Ooh. I just forged weapons for like 8 hours. I got an 8.
You get advantage because she's helping you. So at first
Oh, yeah,
grasp,
well, sweet.
the log is a little slippery from the rain, and you go to pick it up and it kind of falls out of your hand. But you're able to kind of get in there and get a better purchase on it, and so you're able to help her move the log, and she brings it inside of the building of the lumber yard. It's like a 3-walled, basically, covered building, and when you go inside, I shall put you on the mappy maps.
This is where I get jumped and I die, guys.
Roll for initiative.
She brings you in here, and she says,
Hey, the map didn't change for me.
I'm about to bring you
okay.
over in 1 second. And she tells you that, well, first off, hi, my name's Roos. How are you?
I'm good, just making my way through town. And I saw you struggling there, so I figured I'd offer a hand.
Thanks. I actually need a couple other things moved. Would you have a spare minute?
Sure, what do you need?
All right, so you see all the trees that are out back? And you can see there's like a little window, and you can see them. I just need those to be brought back in here. I can pay you 15 gold for each tree. My lousy apprentice just ran off to Lashal Cove to buy more timber, so unfortunately I'm stuck by myself.
So, what does she want done? Sorry, she just wants me to move the trees. Just pick them up and move.
And you can use the carts that she has there. They're like specifically made for logs, and you just have to get it on the cart and then pull it over.
How long do I think this is going to take?
I don't know, like 10 minutes or so? 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
I'll do it.
So you go out there, go ahead and roll a, I'm going to stick you out there. Go ahead and roll a strength check.
Give it my best shot, Captain. Ooh, that was much better.
Everyone hydrate. Team hydrate.
Team hydrate? Oh god.
Alrighty. You are able to get the first tree up into the cart, and you are kind of pulling it, and at this point the ground is getting muddy and soggy and wet, and you're slopping through the mud, and you realize that it's very difficult for you to pull this cart by yourself, and that you wish that you had an extra pair of hands.
Well, I lift up my arms, and another 2 arms come out. I mean, can I give her a shout and just say like that I need a hand? It's like, oh, the mud's getting a bit thick.
Yeah, so she runs out and she's trying to help you, and she's like, and she's struggling and she can't slick it through the mud, and she's like, do you know any strong folks that want to make a couple gold avarices real quick?
I do, but I don't know where they are at this current point in time.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna leave this here, and you see, she's just like getting rained on, and she doesn't want to be outside. She's like, and she's trying to cover her head, and she's like, if you see them, just come on back. I'll gladly pay you. I just don't want to get wet. And she runs back inside.
I'm prepared to give myself a hernia trying to do this right now.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna push like with all my might to try and
All right, go ahead
Like get
and
this thing moving.
roll another strength check.
God damn it.
No, you're just unable to find.
I was praying for a crit there.
The wheels start sinking into the mud, and you're just unable to really pull it up.
Alright, well, I'm gonna just be like, I'll be back and head off. Keep heading off to the temple.
Okay. You're able to get there. When you go inside, Martha is there, and she tells you that you're soaking wet, and she hands you like a small handkerchief to kind of dry off your face, and she offers the brazier, and she tells you that your friends are upstairs.
Just gonna go off and like warm my hands by the fire for a second, thank her, and then just like trudge mud all the way up the stairs. Up to my...
Okay, you totally do that. At this point, it's like 8 o'clock at night. Rainier, you're able to wake up. You wake up and all your friends are there, surrounded. You're all in this like temple library.
Oh, hey everyone.
I can't-
What's this?
You awake, old man?
Before that, did we draw on his face?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did we do that? Are we
Would you like to
water
have?
and like cold water and cold water?
the hand of the water trick. Did he wee himself?
Let me just check my my bio just to see if I have any wiggle room on what I do.
He's getting to that age, I reckon.
That'd be a perception check at like major double disadvantage, right?
Yeah, and then a constitutions check to see if you piss yourself.
Oh yay! Let's do it. All right.
We love that.
Do you have a bowl?
Uh,
Or like a
We have
bucket?
the
I'm
tea.
sure-
We have the tea. No, because we
I'm
got
sure
tea. We have the teapot.
I'm sure Chesterdini has a bowl.
Yeah, he does. He actually has like a gem-encrusted golden bowl that he collects the collections in.
Woo.
Chester, do you
Damn,
have
dude.
any spicy peppers to wake him up?
No, I eat wafers and drink wine. That's all we are fed at the temple. The little Jesus
Wafers
crabs.
and wine.
The little
I
little
won't lie. I now empathize with you more about the fact that you steal from people. I now empathize with you because of that. I understand why.
Yeah.
We won't prank him. Someone just wake Rainier up.
Okay.
Really quick side question for Diastri. Do you want to tell the party about our plans tonight, or we want to keep that between us?
I think we should probably just keep it.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I'm gonna definitely ask for some muscle to come give me a hand.
I wanted
this,
to,
like-
as far as the library goes, since I'm there now, just generally look to see if there were any books on elf nobility and history.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I
I
will
mean,
help you, my
they
friend.
they don't have an Dewey Decimal System in this library.
No, they don't have the Dewey Decimal. Dewey Decimal hasn't been alive.
I mean, they have no
Dewey is a
indexing
gnome.
of books at all. They're just
Fabled
No, no.
Dewey
they're,
Decimal.
every book
Dewey
is
Decimal's
completely
the gnome.
unmarked.
Gnomes are the one that have that.
Right.
With a 15, you see things that are on Elven religion and theology. You see things that have to do with Elven and human wars in history, but you don't find anything specifically on Elven lineage, as this is a human temple for their gods.
Gonna
My
hit
friend, he's
people
done-
up.
I will help you. I will help you, my friend.
Oh, I can. I'm also happy to help. It makes us some gold.
Quick money, easy
Yeah,
work.
I'll go play in the mud.
You just gotta get muddy.
I'm a big, strong dragon.
Everybody loves getting muddy.
I'm 3'4". I can help.
Don't worry.
Just attach the cart to Angramar. That's all you got to do.
I'm only 4'10", so
Or
Yeah,
can't
we're not that much
the
apart.
gnomes don't they have any type of block and tackle system that they can whip up?
I actually failed that class. Geometry was not my strong suit at all.
yeah, I'll take whoever's willing to help and go back there and
Well, actually,
Yeah, that's
Cannery is it what time does what time is the lowest point of the moon, Ghibli?
In a few hours.
Okay, so we've got time.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay.
The Mr. Incredible's like, I still got time.
It's not time.
So,
time.
is anyone staying here, or is everyone going?
May
I
I?
feel like we shouldn't let this guy out of our sight.
Well, if Rainier wants to stay, I'll stay with him. If everyone
Yeah.
else is going.
Oh,
I think
If you want to
Isan.
stay, I'll stay with you.
Isan, now that you're here,
Well, yeah,
can we...
as I got there as well, I'll hand out like everyone's weapons, so the rapier
Yes.
and the arrow and the quiver of arrows to Diastri, and I'll give Rainy his long sword back, all new and shiny. You guys can add silvered rapier and silvered longsword, and then I guess just add like a quiver of another quiver of arrows, and just rename it to
It's
silvered
only
arrows or something.
10, only
Oh,
10
my
arrows.
bad.
Yeah, it's only 10 arrows, it's half a quiver.
Mhm.
Canary is attacking everybody.
That was my bad.
And Diastri...
I'm like, yeah, Canary, come give me a hand. He just stabs me in the face.
No! Rainier and Arthur, you guys are staying?
Yeah.
If he wants to stay, I'll stay with him. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to. Well, we'll get to
Actually
this later.
study.
Yeah, I'd like to try one attempt of looking for something.
All right.
But we can wait.
Well, go ahead and roll for it while you guys are still
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Okay. This is. I'm.
I'll
to
assist him
look-
if you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you tell me what you're looking for, I'll assist you.
Yeah. I'm looking for. I know this is the Temple of the Father, but I'm looking for stuff on like seeking forgiveness or redemption with the Mother, or like ways to kind of do that. If there's any advice or stuff like that, books kind of on that thing, like if for those who feel like they've gone astray, can find their way back to the Mother's embrace.
Yeah, sure. Go
If that
ahead
makes
and
any
roll
sense.
investigation.
All right, now
Yeah,
this
no,
is
the
a
system-
roll.
Piss off.
Oh,
This
that's
is
just a
a
straight roll.
strong
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, so because I'm assisting. Yeah, I'm assisting you.
I always find when you piss off your
Oh!
mother, it's best
Hey,
to put jewelry
nice.
or necklace or flowers.
You find it's a religious text and you're familiar with it, but it's the story of Saint Germain, and he was a cleric of the Mother who went off a wrong path in his life and spent the latter years of his life trying to redeem himself within the Mother's grace. And so that book is called The Life and Times of Saint Germain.
Okay.
That was the story of when the father forgot his anniversary with the mother.
Oh God.
How to get in the good graces again.
Breakfast in bed.
You can choose to read it. You can have a couple of hours before it's like bedtime if you would like to read a little bit of it. Otherwise, you just have the book in your inventory.
Yeah.
At this point, the guy doesn't even care that you're taking books. He's just like, and you were the original one that like intimidated him. And so he's just like, yeah, you know.
And he took my 50 gold as well, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chester's
I'd like to-
face when the paladin comes in intimidates him and then goes to sleep on the table.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend a little bit of time reading it, and maybe have like my own little notebook and just seeing if I can take some notes and stuff on anything that I find that I think might be useful.
Okay. You find out that there is a pilgrimage for the Mother, and it is to go to several holy sites that the Mother was reportedly, while she was walking on the material plane, that she reportedly had hollowed herself, and that these sites are all over Isir Elur, Zorobia, Kendriga, and Altaheim. This was all elf territory. Notably, you realize that Osilis is not included in this because that was outside of... Osilis is like the only one that is kind of off to the side of the Gracewater, so it looks like she just sort of did like a loop around the Gracewater Lake.
Okay. Is there anything about like where this pilgrimage typically starts, or is it just kind of find
There-
one site and just make the loop?
There is, but you're only able to get a few hours of reading in. So I'll say you read like,
Gotcha.
a quarter
Okay.
of the book at this point, and it's just sort of explaining who Saint Germain is, what he was about, and this was the pilgrimage that he took, and then there's going to be more specifics, you assume, later in the book. You could stay up all night reading it for a cost of another exhaustion point, but I think you're
No.
sleepy bear.
Yeah, I think I'll stop there.
Okay.
I would also like to talk to Chester about possibly allowing us to sleep in the library since we haven't found lodging yet.
Chester tells you that the only place to sleep in the library, or the only place to sleep would be down in the undercroft of the chapel, as the library itself is not very roomy. Like there's so much furniture and bookshelves everywhere that you really don't have a lot of like space to like lay down like bedrolls. He doesn't have spare rooms or anything like that. The only bedroom that he has is just this very tiny, just one bed, little chamber pot, little table. And then if he doesn't want you to sleep in the actual chapel itself, because sometimes people do come in to pray at odd hours of the night.
Okay. I'm okay with that, Arthur. Do you think the rest would be okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's the tavern I heard we could go stay at as
Right.
well. There's the
We
hostel.
would have to pay money for the tavern as well.
Yeah,
The
It's up
hostel
to
could
you,
be
though.
cheaper though.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
he does tell you that Heister's Hostel is very affordable if you're looking for
Okay.
something more comfortable, if you're tired of sleeping in your bedrolls.
I mean, we have options we can pitch to the group when they get back.
that's easy.
All
I
right.
think that's it.
So the four of you make your way out in the rain, and it is cold, and it is like that nighttime spring rain where it's just sloshy and wet and gross, and the wind is howling. And you guys make it to the lumberyard. And quick question, does anyone have to pee? Can we take like our 10-minute pee break like a little early? Oh, that's not you. You don't belong there.
I can. I don't
Okay.
mind.
I don't mind. Yeah.
I'm fine with
I
that.
mean, we did have that group hydrate check. So
Yeah, we did have a
that's very
group hydrate, so if you're not peeing, you didn't hydrate enough. All right, let's take our little 10-minute break here so I can go pee. Sorry it's so early. And when we come back, we will see what goes on at the lumberyard. All right, so you guys are, it took you a couple minutes. It's, wet. It's cold and wet. You guys make it to the lumberyard. I just need one strength check from everyone. And as long as nobody crit fails, you will be able to, the four of you, move this cart.
Can't wait for when all four of you crit fail.
Great,
Oh
wonderful.
my god, dude. Oh my god.
The little, yeah, you guys are all
He
struggling.
just picks one up by himself.
Yeah, you're all
Well,
struggling.
I rolled a 7. Yeah, we're both at the
Yeah,
end of the
true.
pack.
Yeah, and then
you guys interact with it, and it's just me casting minor illusion to make it look like
you're able to bring the first tree over. You drop it in this big thud. Boom! Some of the branches fly off. Leaves go everywhere. And you see Ruth. She's like, oh, thanks. All right. Go get the second one. And you see she's already digging in her pockets to get the payment, like, ready for you guys. And as you approach the second tree, Diastri, you hear a little rumbling noise, like a little chicka 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 chicka, and there's some rustling in the branches. You can roll a perception check if you would like.
Guys, don't die, please.
Okay. You are able to see that some of the werebees, Jesus Christ, that some of the branches seem to be moving. And so you will not get a surprise attack because you are able to notice this. However, several of these biddies appear. Ba-bam! You see creatures that look like they are vines and twigs that are animated. Yes, Canteray?
Is this on map? I haven't been updated.
You're not updated? What is with you with my macro? Why are you...
It just does not like me.
They refuse to update you.
Okay.
I would just like to point out that the definition of several is like more than two, but not many.
That is many. Also, who stacks wood like that?
Uh,
Madmen.
Listen,
Uh,
I do. I
It's-
stack wood like that.
it's one of those like aesthetic things where you're like, you just tap the top one and they all like spin and then
Yeah.
they
Did
all
you see
line
that
up really
video on
nicely.
Reddit with the plates?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I just want to let you guys know, Arthur and I are sending our thoughts and prayers
Yep.
in these trying
You guys are
times.
nice and safe and dry and having a great time.
I'm just
and we're
keeping the
getting
old man company.
experience,
Okay?
so
I
I'm
assume you
keeping-
guys
I'm
are
keeping the old
like
man- Yeah, I'm keeping experience.
laying on your
Is it-
bellies, like kicking your feet behind you, reading books together.
Chester
painting each other,
agrees.
painting each other's nails. You know, it's good bonding time.
the two humans just like over a book, like candlelight dinner.
We're taking a look outside the window and we see this just downpour of rain, and we're
That
like, man, we're glad we're not out there.
It's exactly what is going on, actually. You guys are having a really good time. As for the rest of you,
Not so much.
yeah, I'm gonna have the rest of you guys roll initiative. Make sure you select your token and then click it.
Is this like? Does this have to be like the order that we're standing in right now?
No, you guys can place yourselves how you would like to have.
Oh, I'm actually in the temple. That's where I place myself.
I never let. It was an illusion all along.
We'll just be like walking back, you know, chilling, killing. Just click on myself and roll some initiative. Whee. Good stuff.
So let me switch to camera so we can see our cheeky little rolls. That feels good for us. And with
Cheeky.
that, is everyone here? 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, great. Canare, you are first. You see these little creatures start shambling their way towards you. What is it that you would like to do?
Do I have any idea what these little creatures are?
Roll a nature check.
Oh boy. Gods be with me.
They just look like little twigs and little vines that have animated off of the tree.
Hmm. All right. Well,
Yes.
I guess it's time to do some pruning.
Inspiration.
Yes. I'm gonna walk up to the closest one to me and go ahead and take my Issuran's call and attack.
All right, so
Ooh.
to the vine blight that hits, go ahead and roll your dammies.
Yay.
So one. Oh, frick yeah, dude. That's some good damage. That's some good damage.
Yeah, you cleave part of it off. It is effectually bloodied. You see some sap leaking out of its body. And is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Just give a gnarled smile after that.
All right, and that is going to bring us to Ignis.
I'm going to step up here, and I'm actually going to target one of the ones farther away.
Okay, this
With
one, the
Eldritch
one you just
Blast.
pinged?
Yep.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
The 7 does not hit. Unfortunately, due to the rain and the wind and the conditions, you go to target it and you send out an Eldritch Blast, and you ever like throw like a dart or like a pong ball and it just comes off your hand wrong? You feel it come off
I
your
was going
hand
to say
wrong.
I sink actually in the mud a little bit and just get even
Yeah.
shorter because I'm
Yeah.
so light.
Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Can I just, are they all very similar to one another, or?
There are 2 different types. There are twigs and
two
there are
different
vines.
Okay, so the ones that look different without metagaming in the pictures are different?
Yeah.
Okay.
The vines, the greenish ones are vines and the little brownish ones are twigs.
That is my turn then.
Okay, Heesun, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna like move up and step by the door. By the gnome. Sorry. Is that like if I shot something straight down the middle here, would that hit multiple things?
It would only hit the one that it goes directly through.
Okay.
If
So,
it's
like,
if it's
not-
a small beam, but if it's like a 10-foot wide beam, then it would hit more, obviously.
Okay. Then I'll actually move down here, reach into my trusty bag of rocks, and I'm gonna shot put pitch a stone at this bad boy right here.
All right.
This one here. So that's a dexterity saving throw, I
For
believe.
him, he
Yes.
will roll it. He rolled a 5, so he fails. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Hell yeah. Where is it? Where's my damage?
Damage.
Get him.
3d8.
Blow him up.
Ah,
Nice.
13 damage.
Bam.
13 damage to that guy. And with that, you shot put this rock at it and it just crumbles into dust. And it was this one, correct? The closest
Shit.
one?
Yes, yep, that's the one.
Oh wait,
I'm a
that's a
ranged
vine blight or a
person.
twig blight? Are
I
you
think
doing
it's a
the
vine
one
blight.
the one
No,
in
this
front or
one.
the one in the back? Okay, never mind.
That,
Nope,
It
that
just shoots
does
it in a straight line and it hits whatever it hits.
whatever it hits. Okay, well then in
Yeah.
that case, I take everything I said back, and this one is bloodied. You see pieces of plant matter fly off in different directions. It is still alive. It's kind of squiggling its way towards you, but it is not dead. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
So I think I used like 5 feet of movement or 10 feet of movement. Because I think I
About-
was like here.
Yeah, 5 feet.
I'm gonna just like back away, maybe like move myself behind the gnome,
Alrighty
and
then.
just put my hands on his shoulders and just say, "It's all you."
That is going to bring us to the vine blights. The one that you just shot is going to try to move forward. Let's see here. He can only move 10 feet, so he's just going to move his full movement to
Thank
here.
God.
This one can only move 10 feet. He's going to move his full movement over here. And that's going to be that guy. And then the one that is in front of Canare, it is going to attempt to entangle you. You have to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, wonderful.
This one,
Oh,
Jada
oh.
Smith.
The 11 does not save, and you feel as vines actually start growing out of the the ground, and they start wrapping themselves around your feet and your ankles and your boots.
Question.
Yeah.
I have danger sense. Do I get advantage on that? Or no, that's
You-
dexterity. Never mind, that's dex.
Yeah, it's dex. But it would be if it was a dex save because you see it.
Yeah.
All right, and then that's going to be that guy's turn, which is going to bring us to the Twig Blights, who can move 20 feet. So this one's going to move over to here. This one's going to move over 5, 10, 15. Oh, he can't make it 20 to there. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's easy. Now we just do our math. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. And that means that only one of them is within range of you, Canare, and he is going to attempt to reach up with a little claw, like a little twig with little sharp little Barbies on it. And oh my god, he crits. Okay.
Love that
Oh.
for me.
Love that for you. Sorry, bud. You're going to take 7 piercing damages. And
You prepared
that's
for this. You trained.
gonna be his turn, which brings us to Austihr.
All right, I
Something.
am going to first, using my Mask of the Wild, attempt to hide, since it's pouring down rain. You said.
Yep, go ahead and roll stealth. You are hidden from the twig blades, but not from the vine blades. The twig blades are not paying that much attention to you.
Okay. All right, then. Let's see. So I will. I'm gonna just attack this one. And where is he? This one right here.
That one? Okay.
Yeah, with my bow, and that gives me sneak since I'm hidden
Yep.
from him. Yeah.
Yep. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And then add your
attack.
sneak attack. All right, and with that, you shoot, and wooden splinters kind of off everywhere, and he is no more. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No. I'm good.
Alrighty then. That is going to bring us to Canneray. Canneray, you are currently restrained by vines. You may use your action to try to free yourself, or you may also attack. You don't have to free yourself.
I mean, they're right here in front of me.
Okay.
I ain't gotta go anywhere. Upon taking that damage, it's gonna throw me into rage. So
Yeah.
I take that damage. I am raging now, and I'm gonna go ahead and take another swipe at the what was the blight in front of me?
Yeah, the vine.
Vine blight.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, go for it.
We'll say at 22 hits.
That definitely hits. Yep, go ahead. For 10 slashes. All right.
And then, I guess 2 rage damage, right? Do I have to roll my rage damage as well?
What is your rage damage at your level?
It's 2.
Okay, then it's just the additional 2. So with
Okay.
that, that's exactly what you needed to kill this creature. As you come down with Ishoran's Call, you slice into it, and the vine actually splits into several pieces, and the vines that are around your feet start receding, and you are no longer entrenched. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
I'm just gonna pivot to kind of face one of these other little tree dudes.
Dope, dope. Excellent. Ignis, you're up.
Alrighty, day. So the one near Canneray, did they die or did they?
Yeah, he's dead. I'm giving him an X right now.
Oh, that one's dead.
Yep, that one's dead.
Okay. Then, seeing that he's got it well underway, I'm going to charge forward because hey, it was told it's up to me. I got this,
Oh god.
and I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade.
Mm.
Now the save. I don't know why it says it has a save. There is no save involved with this thing.
Yep.
So it's just I'm gonna spear attack this one right here. Actually, spear attack this one.
The Vine Blight. Okay, go for it.
The Vine Blight.
A 10 is going to miss.
God damn it. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That is my turn.
Okay. Do you wish to move or anything?
That was all my speed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hisan, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna move just down here. Around there. Just here. And I'm gonna dig into my beard, pull out any leftover like rations that I've got, and flick it at the enemies and cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Okay.
In that straight line. It's a
Mhm.
dex save.
Dex save, and just in this line.
Yeah, just in the straight along the wall here, sorry.
Alrighty then, and it's a
so
30
just-
feet, so it hits
Yep.
3 of
Actually,
them.
can I move a bit closer before
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I have 25 feet, so yeah, I can move to about here.
And then 30 feet.
And then 30
is
feet should get to the
all
last
of
guy,
them.
I believe.
Okay, so
All of them
so
except this guy.
the first Vine Blight has to make a dex save. He rolls a 6, he fails, and then 3 Twig Blights in a line dex saves. 2 fails, that's a crit fail. 6 and 20. So only the last one in the line is able to succeed on that, but go ahead and roll your damage.
I don't roll damage, I believe, until next turn. Until the start of their turn, I believe.
Oh, correct. Yes. Okay. Dope. Considering it's about to be their turns, do you want to just roll the damage now?
Yeah, I can do that. So I'll just roll 3 sets of damage.
Just roll 2d4 and they're all going to take the same damage.
Okay. 5.
5. Excellent. And if they save, they don't take it at all. Excellent. Okay, so the guy in the back doesn't take it. And is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
How much movement did I use actually?
You use 5, 10, 15, 20.
20? I'm going to back away 5 feet then.
Alrighty, and you don't invoke any opportunity attacks. Dope. Now it's Gary's turn, which is what the Vine Blights have been named. This one is going to take that 5 damage. You see, even though it's raining, there's a bit of a green sizzling acid on this creature, and you see it kind of rear up in pain. It's going to attempt to entangle Ignis. Ignis, I need you to make a strength save.
Perfect. My strength.
Unfortunately, you are unable to get out of the way in time as these vines come up, and you feel them even through the mud constricting over your feet and your ankles, crawling up the back of your, calves into your thighs and kind of rooting you to the spot. And that's going to be that guy's turn. That's all he can do, which is going to bring us
I'm
to
just gonna yell, "Stranger danger! Stranger danger!"
the Twig Blights, and as they are injured by the acid, the first one in the line sizzles and actually melts into the mud, dying. The second one, same thing. The third one in the line, he did not get sprayed by the acid, so he does not take the damage. This one's going to move to here. This one's going to move to here, and this guy didn't move on his turn. He moves there. And there's going to be 2 attacks on you, Canare.
Yeah.
First one misses.
Have half damage.
Actually, they have advantage because they are flanking.
Because I'm flanking. Yeah.
Yep, so the first one hits, and the second one will also hit.
Oh,
But they only give you half damage, so that's pretty good.
brutal, dude.
2 piercing,
Oh.
so 1 piercing.
damage.
The
Thank God
second
I'm
one,
raging.
1 piercing. So you're going to take 2 total damages for you in that. And then only 1 can reach you, Ignis. And he is going to attempt to hit you, but he is going to miss as you...
So, as a rules person, I am
Yeah.
going to admit being restrained they
gives
have
you
advantage
disadvantage.
against
All
me.
right.
And
They
you're
have
also being
advantage.
flanked as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
There's
he's
a
flanked.
Vine Blight there and Twig Blight.
Yeah, okay. Well, 5 pierces to you then.
Owie.
Howie.
And that's going to bring us to Diastri.
Oh, I would like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, yes, do
I
that.
take damage.
Yep.
Can I reflavor that though to not be like giant flames of hell, but like blades? Because I'm a hexblade.
Yeah, sure.
Hexblade rebuke.
Six,
They have to
Magical.
make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
The one that hit you, right? So this guy is a Twig Blight. Dex save at a 9. He fails.
2d6.
2d10, I think.
Oh, 2d10.
2d10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2d10.
Ah! God, I can't type.
All right.
Oh,
That's enough, man.
That
With
sucks.
that, the as these magical swords come out from your person and start kind of spinning around, you watch as they slice and dice him, and it looks like a slap chop, and he just sort of gets turned into mulch.
I say to him, I rebuke your advances. No, no.
That's good. And that's gonna bring us to Diastri.
Am I still hidden from the twigs then? But not the.
No, because you've attacked at this point. Once you attack, they see
Okay.
you.
I'll go ahead and hide again.
Roll for stealth.
I think you still get sneak attack damage
If they're within
someone's
5 feet of
nearby
each other,
anyway.
yeah.
Hmm.
So if you were to
I'm
attack,
an ally.
yeah, any of the ones that are within 5 feet of your ally, you would still get sneak attack. But we're gonna
Yeah.
see if you're stealthy. Nope, everyone's queued into you at this point.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Let's see.
Do you just like drop to the ground and try and like shovel mud over yourself?
I love it, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And all the Twig Blights are just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
I'm gonna attack. Let's see this guy right up here next to Canary.
Okay.
That. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Roll a d100, please.
Oh no.
Who was it that was hit last time by this?
I don't know.
Someone was shot in the ass. I remember
Oh,
that.
I think it was I think it was Arthur, wasn't it? Or was it Flappy?
Yeah,
I was shot in the ass on the boat.
Yeah.
Okay, luckily, Canneray, you feel as an arrow just whizzes right by the side of your. Do you wear pants, or are you just like rocking no bottoms?
I got the no bottoms. I got a little coif at the bottom, but it's no pants.
Okay, yeah, you feel like a breeze go by and it ruffles your scales, but you are not hit by the arrow. Joshua, is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No.
Alrighty then,
Enough to like
and
cut his loincloth off.
that's gonna bring us
He's like-
to Canneray.
Yeah, I give a slight glance back at the elf and kind of just like give him a look, but and then I just turn back around and I'm gonna go ahead and continue attacking these creatures.
All right, which one? There are two of them within range of you. This one
Let's
over
do
here?
yeah. We're gonna do the one on the left.
Okay.
Oh no.
You are attacking with advantage because you're raging, so that hits.
Oh yes, that's right. I should have one shot him, I think.
Yep, that
Hey.
certainly does. And with that, he transforms into lifeless splinters. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Just kind of turn my focus to the last one there, me.
Alrighty, excellent. And that's going to bring us to Ignis.
I have disadvantage when I attack because I'm restrained, so I'm just gonna do it again. Green Flame Blade.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is going to miss. And is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Bonus action cry.
Okay, bonus action cry, yes. But no one can see it because it's raining.
It's just raining, you guys.
It's a bad day for rain.
The rain's really salty, trust me.
And that's gonna bring us to Heesun.
You want me to just roll my damage again right now, or do that at the end of my turn?
Is that a continuous spell?
Yes, they get coated in acid if they fail.
For up to
So at
1
least-
minute. Okay.
Yeah. So
Go
the
ahead
Vine
and
Blight, I think, is
Yeah,
the
the-
only one that's covered.
Yep. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Another 5.
Another 5, and then is there anything else you would like to do as an action, considering that's just a
Yes.
concentration?
Yeah. Yep. So I'm just gonna probably look up at the one that's up next to Canneray and like that one there, and just shout at her, "Hey, get away from him!" and cast Mind Sliver.
Okay,
And I don't know.
that is a whiz save.
Yes, Wisdom save.
Oh no, it's
DC
an
13.
int save.
Oh, intellect save. Yeah, sorry.
Well, he fails, so go ahead and roll your damages.
It's really rough having to like switch back and forwards. 6 damage. Or max
And
damage. We love
with
that.
that, as you yell at this stick, this animated stick, it just sort of just plops down, just kind of like falls. Bloop. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No, that's it. I'm pretty comfortable where I am right now.
Okay, and then that 5 damage to this Vine Blight. You see he's sizzling. He is looking very rough. The actual vines on him are starting to be very limp, and the pieces of him that haven't already like been cooked off to a crisp, there's just a little bit of life left in him as he's trying to wiggle around. He is going to attempt to constrict now that he has Ignis within his grasp. And that is going to hit you for 10 bludgeoning damage, Ignis. You feel as these vines are coming up your body and they start to tighten and constrict, and it starts cutting off the blood flow to your feet.
Hellish Rebuke.
And he has to make a dex save. Oh, he crit fails!
Oh,
He crit
yes.
fails! Go ahead and roll your dammies. And
Nice.
wow,
Nice.
how do you want to kill the Vine Blight? That was good.
I'm going to say to him, constrict me? No, I will not be tied down in this relationship.
Thank you.
He's on dice.
So,
He's on dice.
Did you put the X on yourself?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
It just gets a bit of a headache all of a sudden after that comment. Oh,
Mm,
so that wasn't a
Um,
mind sliver? Like, what's going
oh
on?
my god.
yeah, I mind
So
spiked myself after that one.
the Twig Blights
Spike yourself.
are gonna come up over here. This one's gonna come over here. This one's going to come over here. You are no longer restrained, by the way. 5, 10, and that Vine Blight can only move 5,
I am
10
at 1
feet.
HP though, so doesn't matter.
We're going to have, let's see here. There are 2 Twig Blights that are going to attack you, Canneray.
Bring it.
5 is gonna miss, but they're flanking, so that's actually a crit.
Wonderful.
And a 19 is
yeah,
also
hits.
going to hit. So you're going to take from the first attack 6 piercing from the crit
So I get 3 because of.
because of rage. So that's
Yeah.
3 plus 2 is 5 damage total.
I'm feeling it, but I'm still good.
Okay, and then the other one is going to attempt to get you, Ignis, but you are not flanked technically because the other one is looking in Canneray's direction for 8, and it's going to miss you. You feel as the little claws, kind of just the little sticks, just kind of hit your boots, but don't actually make any contact, and that's going to bring us to Diastri.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll attack this guy here.
Go for it.
Why did that not click? Whoop.
Yep.
I was like, why did that not click? And then it goes. Okay. Well, let's see.
A 10 is
Oh.
going to miss, unfortunately. You're shooting it with your bow, I assume, so it kind of
Yeah.
just, the arrow just goes wide. You're having a hard time with visibility in the rain. It makes it easier for you to stealth, but it's making it harder for you to accurately land a shot. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No.
And that's going to bring us to Canneray. Canneray, you have, there's a, let me move this other dude out of the way so you can actually see. There are 2 of these guys that are on you right now.
All right. God, I don't want to risk that. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack the one right in front of me.
Okie dokie.
Give him a good swipe, chop him in half. You know.
Oh,
Hit him,
crits!
you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
baby! How do you want to kill him?
Absolutely. Just slice right through him. He just explodes into splinters.
Excellent. Love to see it. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
I guess just pivot to the last one that's near me.
All right, and that's going to leave us to Ignis.
I'm gonna green flame blade the one right in front of us.
In
just
between
'cause
you
it's
and
flank.
Canneray?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it. A,
Jesus.
a
Christ.
13 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
So he will take. Oh, that didn't roll damage. My apologies. 7
Alright.
damage. And then the one right next to me will take. My spellcasting modifier. 2 fire damage.
2 fire damage. You see as the one next to you shatters into a bunch of tiny little sawdusty bits, and the one over here, it looks bloodied. It is burnt. It's starting to have like that charred, dry wood turning into charcoal, but it is still alive. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
I'm gonna try and move back. I'm gonna risk an attack of opportunity. because I don't
Alrighty.
wanna be anywhere near
He's
that other one.
going to attempt to take it. He's going to be able to take it. And he's going to do 5 piercing damage to you. That knocks you unconscious, correct?
Yep.
Alrighty, Ignis is down. That's going to bring us to Heesun. Heesun, you're up.
Seeing that happen, the little man crumpling I'm just gonna shout again at this one and just say, "Get off him!" and cast Mind Sliver again.
And it's an
So it's
int
another.
save.
Yep, another int save.
He rolled a 0.
Beautiful.
This brain explodes.
Oh, come on, dude. 1 damage. That sucks.
Can
You
we
s-
argue he rolled a 0 on his intelligence saving throw? A 0. Like
That's a crit.
It's like a crit, but not a crit. So,
He's
y-
punching himself in the brain.
you see the
Damn it,
twig.
dude.
It looks burnt, and now it looks like its mind got slivered, but it is actually still grasping with its last like thing of life, and you see it just sort of crawling forward slowly. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Nothing else I can do,
All right.
fortunately.
And this guy's going to move his full movement up, and that's going to be the Vine Blight's turn. And that's going to bring us to the Twig Blight, who has seen that you mind slivered him, and he's going to run over to you. And with his last remaining bit of life, he's going to attempt to attack you with his claws.
That hits.
That does hit, and he's going to slash you for 2 piercing damage.
Motherfucker.
And that's going to be his turn, bringing us to Austihr. Austihr, you see Ignis crumpled on the floor.
I am going to go ahead and move up to here
Okay.
and use my rapier.
Give it the
Where is
fucking
it?
chop.
That
Ooh,
hits.
That's the new fancy rapier.
Yeah, that's the new silver rapier.
That is going to absolutely slaughter this dude. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
Bend over and pick up a small splinter and use it as a toothpick.
Okay, yes. Roll nature to see if you get a splinter stuck in your gums. No, I'm just kidding. That's going to bring us to you, Kenneray. There's only 1 vine left over here. Everything around
Okay.
you is just splinters and mulch.
Would I be able? I want to do a jumping airstrike on him. Would I be able to cover that distance with a jump?
You would be able to cover that distance with a jump. If you, I like rolling for roll for cool. So if you want to do an acrobatics check, that would be dope.
I would love to do an acrobatics check. Probably not though.
Whoa! How do you want to jump up in the air and come down with your
So-
strike?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this tree as leverage and kind of use that to catapult myself over to here and just like slash downwards on him as I'm hidden behind a dead body. But yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Okay, that I'm just going to scoot you over 1 more square to the left.
Please do.
That's wait, where'd you go?
Oh, here I got
Oh,
it.
there you are. Okay, perfect. All right. That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll for dammies for 11 slashing damage because you're still raging. So that's your plus 2.
Yep.
You
you
see
go
it
off like a root and it like dong.
as you come over and you slice down with the Shorin's Call. The vine is actually split almost all the way down, but it is now in 2 little flailing parts just connected at the bottom. It is unfortunately still alive, but that was awesome. You get cool points. And is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
No, that's my turn.
All right, Ignis, I'm going to have you roll a death save, please. That is a failure. Ooh. Heesun, you're up.
Finish this up quick. I'm gonna reach into the trusty bag of rocks and shot put again. Another catapult down to 1 rock left, I think, or 2
Okay.
rocks left.
My guy's going to make a dex save.
Please fail.
He rolled a 14, unfortunately.
Can I cast silvery? Oh, actually, I can't. Never mind. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
If you have
I should've created
inspiration,
a-
you can give him disadvantage with it, but other
I
than that,
I do not.
okay. Then that is going to. Is that your full turn?
Damn it. I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn my sorcery points into a spell slot, which I should have done before I did my action.
Okay. And that's going to bring us to the Vine Blight, who, upon getting sliced in half by a certain Dragonborn, is going to attempt to entangle you. Please make a strength save with advantage because you are raging.
Doesn't matter. I rolled 14 either way.
Either way, yeah, you, as the vines start to come up, you just sort of lift your foot up. It's not even hard for you. You just lift your foot up and they all snap away and you are unable to be entangled, but that's going to be its turn. And that's going to bring us no more Twig Blights to Austihr.
You're listening, Austihr.
All right, I'll go ahead and move up underneath one of those guys, and we'll go ahead and hit him with a rapier again.
That is definitely
that-
going to hit. Go ahead and roll your dammies. You can also roll
That
sneak
rapier
attack
is
because
so
there
good.
is someone within 5 feet. So
Max damage,
12
bro.
damages. Very nice. As you see Canray do this like leaping air attack, it gives you, the strength to run up into the fray of the battle, and you slice at it with your rapier. Unfortunately, it is almost dead. You see pieces of it, just chunks of it on the ground, but it is still alive. Is there anything else that you would like to do with your turn?
I turn back to Heeson and say, "Hey, nice sword, bro."
You're welcome.
And that's going to bring us back to Canray.
All right, I'm just gonna try to finish this little vine off.
Yeah. Do it for the vine. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Gary.
Oh, hell yeah.
It is Gary. How would you like to do this?
Just a slash through the I guess I'm cutting it into fours now, just slashing it into fours.
Dope. And
Drawn
I'm
and quartered.
going to have Ignis. You need to roll one more death save before combat is over, as it is technically your turn in initiative. That is a success.
good shit.
Hey.
Dope. All right. So you've killed all of these dudes. Ignis is unconscious on the ground. What would you guys like to do?
And stabilize him. Who has good wisdom? Who has good
Yeah,
medicine?
Does anyone have a healing
I have
potion?
8 for wisdom, so there
I
you
have
go.
wisdom.
Oh,
and
actually, yeah.
okay.
Sorry,
I've got-
I'll just pour a potion down his gullet.
Hey, JJ,
Alrighty.
could I do a nature
Down his
check for
throat.
any teeth?
Yeah, sure.
See, I'll just slap a potion down his throat.
It's 2d4 plus 2 for you, Ignis.
Yes.
Canare, you
Oh,
are
do I roll it or him?
either one.
You can roll it.
You're the one
You're
administering
feeding
it. Yeah. How good do you shove the potion in his mouth? 8 healths back for you, Ignis.
Bam.
Canare, you are not really sure if these creatures have teeth, but you did find a rather spiky little bit of little plant material that you assume is maybe a tooth, and so you can take that if you would like.
Look at these things. How well do they burn?
Oh, they burn. They're all made out of wood and vines.
No, I mean, how well do they burn? Like, would they be good
Are they-
as a material to like heat a forge?
Orange.
Roll a nature check.
Oh, I suck at them, dude. God damn it.
They're wood. They're not scrub wood, but you assume that they will burn well because they are wooden.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm not that interested.
that's fair. I'm going to do some quick math real fast to tell you guys how much XP you get.
With the potions chugged down my throat, I'm gonna look up and say to his son, "Oh, did you? Thank you. It wasn't time for me to leave you yet."
No.
And I will give him my healing potion that I have.
I take the last 3 hit points of damage and I'm down.
You
I blow him a
guys,
kiss.
the 4 of you will get 130 XP.
Okay.
130, did you say?
Yep.
Feels bad for the guys who stayed behind. Holy shit.
Well, we
That
don't
was
expect moving wood to
Yeah.
be combat.
That
I'm
was-
sorry.
Me either. Me either.
I was
I mean, you
He's
just
gonna
said
give
it.
you my
Moving
healing potion.
wood.
Yeah,
I was starting
it
to
was
suck there
moving
for a
wood.
bit. Like it was looking a little dicey.
Me too.
How much
I
was that?
as well.
130 each. At that point, you guys still have a tree left to move if you would like to do that.
Yes, I'm not
Okay.
doing this to not get paid.
Yeah.
My
That's the
friends,
point.
if it is all right with you,
What-
can I sit this one out?
What was the lady doing the whole time, just kind of standing there watching us? Like, this is awkward.
Yeah, she
She
was
ran
like
away
looking
very
through the
quick.
window, just kind of like,
Don't worry, we mark up prices for that, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just killed a dozen of her pieces of wood. Do we get paid for each of those? I mean,
I almost died.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like she knew something, seeing
And
that
that's why she didn't want to do
15
it.
gold per tree move.
This
That's a
motherfucker.
lot of gold for moving a tree. I think she
Like
was setting
20
us up.
feet. Does she look like she has branches coming out of her clothing?
No, she doesn't. She's just a human.
We'll ask when we come back
Oh, yeah.
around.
For those of you who are moving the tree, I need everyone to just roll a strength check. Canary can have advantage because he is raging still, and as long as no one crit fails, you're good. So yeah, you step over the bodies of all of these dead little Twig Blights and Garys, and you put the log in the cart, and you're able to wheel it over and drop it down here. And Roos looks at you and she goes, "Oh gosh, those little buggers sure are active today. Sorry about that. Tell you what, here, take your coin, but you can also have that axe over there." And she motions that there's a very large axe on a wood pile. It belongs to my daughter, but she's been spending her time in the cathedral nowadays. She doesn't want to be a lumberjack.
What's her name?
Martha.
Oh,
Martha.
Martha.
Bain.
Martha's
Random Martha.
pretty good playing the organ.
Yeah.
Did you say
Very,
Martha?
very talented.
Did you just say your mother's name is Martha?
Her name is
Use
Roos.
that name.
No. It's a Batman versus Superman thing.
She's Roos Bane, and her daughter is Martha, and her dead husband.
Does the axe look good? Like, does it look real nice?
Yeah, it's an adamantite battle axe.
What? God damn! What the fuck? Okay.
And she wasn't
Yeah,
helping you?
I'll take that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now,
I'll
this
just-
is some shit that really pisses me off in raw, but it is raw. Adamantite is a blend of metals that includes silver, but does not count as a silvered weapon.
That's
It's BS, but I fought with people on a Facebook Raw group about it, and I'm just ruling is that it does not count as a silvered weapon. But if you were to create adamantite, it requires silver in it. It does not count as a silvered weapon. However, it does do like extra damage to structures and things that are vulnerable to adamantite attacks. So you
I
have
would
it
see
now.
an argument because it's not pure silver.
Correct, and that's
Yeah.
it's in such a low amount, and that it's mixed in with other metals that it doesn't count as silver. But I fought with my DM on that for a really long time one time. But anyways, regardless,
I would like
go ahead.
I would like to take the hand of the Twig Blight that downed me.
Okay, roll nature. Yeah, you're able to take a little tiny hand. It's about this big. It's really cute. You do that.
Hand of Twig Blight. I'm gonna make a necklace out of it.
Oh, dope. So that being said, thank you guys for all of your help. I don't know if you noticed, but there is a house under construction, and I've been trying to get all the lumber prepared for that, and it's going to go down to the construction site probably tomorrow or the next day. So those halflings down there, they really appreciate it, the apple songs.
Apple songs. They were
much
the people
gold
who
is that?
had their house burned down. Hey.
No, that was not the apple songs. That was good question. Looking at my notes.
I wouldn't know if it wasn't them then.
sorry, Sadie.
They mentioned the house, but they didn't mention who lived there. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I think I just put two and two together because they mentioned the halflings, and then they were like, "We're worried that we're gonna get like mugged or something."
No, that was Jeremiah Rancourt's house that burnt down. Him and his whole family burnt alive to a crisp inside of it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
thanks for your help.
Yeah,
How
no,
much-
fair.
How much gold did we get? Like,
Yeah, how
Uh,
much-
30 gold.
split it by 4.
30 gold. Woo.
was that
Wait, each?
6?
No, just for the whole kit and caboodle.
6 gold
Okay.
each. No.
2 people get 7, and then 2 people get 6.
Well, I found
2 people
the
get
12,
7.
so I'm gonna get
Yeah.
7.
You
Well,
guys
so
find
2
your
people would
speed.
get 7, and 2 people would get 8.
All right.
Oh,
So
well,
I will take 7 because I
6 of
was
them.
down.
okay.
that being said, do you guys want to go back to the temple?
Yes.
Okay.
I say we go back axe first and flexing our muscles because it looks like we got stronger on this job.
Okay.
Muscles rippling.
So wait, where's the? I need to look up this adamantine axe. Is
Here,
it
do you
gonna
want
be
me to
good?
put
I'll
it?
take the other 7.
Do you want me to put it in
FYI.
your inventory,
Yes, please.
Jason? I can do that for you.
What,
I know how
me?
to do that.
What are me and Rainier doing, I wonder? Just vibing.
Talking about
fun.
boys.
Talking about boys.
Having a little sleepover. Little
They
pillow
found that the
fight.
temple has this little library window alcove, and they've snuggled up in it, and with a candle in there,
Aw.
reading poems to one another.
Reading horror stories under the blanket.
Oh, just kidding. I can't because it's not in the compendium.
Yeah, that's, I was trying to find it as well.
JK, I lied. I'll just send you
Are we just gonna
the
sell
info.
that? I mean, we could just sell that and make a shit ton of money.
We could, depending on how much, or if it's magical, and how much damage it does.
Can I cast detect magic? At will?
Sure. It is
My eyes glow blue.
not magical.
It is not magical, my friend.
It's
I say we sell it.
can bypass certain resistances for certain creatures that don't that are vulnerable, or like it'll say like the way that a werebear stat block says like immune to attacks not made with silvered weapons. There are certain creatures that says attacks not made with adamantine damages.
Now the real question is, do we think we're going to run into something that this is going to be useful against, or do we just sell it straight up? Because I'm down for just selling it straight up.
I ain't gonna use
As
it.
a magic wielder, I say sell it straight up, but
Yes, yeah, sweet.
Cool.
Luckily, we know a guy. His name's Barry Zuckercorn.
Barry Zuckercorn.
Berry
Berry.
corn.
Yeah, I'll probably rip you off for it as well.
Yeah,
the question is,
better-
when we
better
sell it
fucking
to
not.
him, are we gonna make him tell him that he bought it from all of us? Like,
Yes.
whenever you use it, you have to tell people.
Do you guys have a group name yet?
No, we
No.
don't.
if we give him a discount, maybe he'll do that.
All right. At this point, it's about 9 o'clock at night. It is dark out. For those of you who plan on doing the stealing the siege weapons, you still have like 2 hours left. For
Okay.
those of
We
you,
don't even. Nobody even knows about it.
Yeah, it's just me and the
Yeah.
Austihr.
Yeah.
I would like to take a short rest before that if we do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a quick heal.
You guys,
Can I get healed
you
up
guys
at the temple?
You guys
No.
came back to the temple, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You
Is that
can
blood?
try, but Chester Dini, I don't know if the party told you that he's a
Is that-
fraud.
Is
I
that
don't-
blood, Cannery?
No, it's
You guys-
sap.
It's sap.
You guys
yeah.
alright? I thought you guys just went to move some
Hold
wood.
on.
What the fuck
Yeah.
did you guys do?
Cannery, come here.
Well,
Come here.
The
How much?
the wood needed
much
to
are
be
you hurting?
felled.
What? Oh, sorry, what was that?
How much you hurting?
I felt better, my friend.
Okay, I'm gonna dump. Let's dump 5 lay on hands into you. That heals you for 5. Anyone else? Who else looks injured?
I mean, I am injured, but I just need to rest a little bit for at least an hour, doing menial, non-tasks. of
Yeah.
just
What
sitting
about
and reading a
How
book.
about his Diastrian? He sound looking.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Scathed.
They
Yeah,
couldn't touch
understand.
me.
Yep.
Can't touch
We're
this.
smart. We
I'll
didn't
go
go
ahead
near
and
the
just-
enemies.
What happened?
Canneray, I'm gonna pull Canneray to the side real quick for a
Trees fall and
Ignis-
trees hurt.
quiet
Ignis, I
conversation.
dumped 5 points
Alright.
into you as well.
We still good to do this with just the two of us, or we don't? Is there anybody else we want to bring in case there's
No, I
some
think
resistance?
I think 2 should be good. I got a plan. We'll talk about it on the way there while we're away from everything.
Sounds good.
All right. So at this point, you guys were told that you can, if you would like to, sleep in the undercroft of the temple. You also know that there is the Heister's Hostel or the Mother's Grace Inn, which are all places that you can rent rooms from. You are starting to get a little sleepy. It is bedtime, like particularly Rainier, who's exhausted. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go to the Undercroft.
Yeah,
I'll do Undercroft then.
I could do with a little shut eye.
How many
Head
more
down there and
hours?
set up the bed rolls and start reading
no,
my
there's a
book.
map. A map.
No.
There's gonna be a fight.
No.
There's gonna be a
Oh
fight.
no.
Oh
How many more, Jibbly, how many more hours are there until it would you'd start be pushing on the threshold of becoming exhausted?
For you, about until midnight, so about 3 more hours.
Okay, while sitting in the undercroft, I'll spend those 3 hours. I'll sort of lay out everything next to my bedroll and start preparing the potions and start doing that process now.
I'm
Okay.
gonna spend
For 3
the
hours.
3 hours reading my book. The book on other worlds theoretical thingamajiggies.
Okay.
Ghibli, do you have a problem if I take a short rest first?
No, that's fine.
During the long rest?
No, I do
if
that.
makes
I
sense.
allow that. So you guys come down into the Undercroft. You see that this is where they prepare. Oh, I should probably show the mappy map, huh? That's probably a good idea. Oh, I'll show little mappies as a treat. We do love maps. You see that this is where they prepare the bodies. There is a table here. There is a cremation furnace here. These are open archways to mausoleum style things with urns and stone coffins, sarcophagi, and you're free to put your bedrolls wherever you'd like.
Okay.
Where's
I'm
the
gonna
staircase?
yeah, I'm setting mine up pretty close to the staircase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll set mine up
I might be fine sleeping here, but
What's that there that I'm pinging?
Let me see.
And I'm gonna
that's
bed,
the
capsule bed.
the smelter, not the smelter, the furnace for cremating bodies.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I'll.
Oh, it's the capsule bed. You go in there and it's like
Yep,
a capsule
have a
hotel.
good nap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna before I bed down actually as well, before I actually proper go to sleep, I'll just cast light on one of my remaining rocks and put it next to my bed.
Hey, how
Aw,
dark is
Little
it down
nightlight.
here?
little
So we have
nightlight.
3 hours till
Little
midnight.
nightlight.
How many hours until the moon is at the lowest point?
It's about you got about another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You enough time for you to basically make your way there, kind of thing.
Okay. Still in that case, I mean, everyone's still awake right now, so.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not
just-
going to sleep. I'm making potions, man.
Yeah.
I'm just
I'll
reading my
fall asleep
book,
quick.
just chilling.
I'm just gonna get up and say I'm gonna go get some air.
Yeah, I'm gonna join him.
Insight check.
I'm too busy.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
I don't. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm pretty engrossed in my book right now.
So Ignis, you're taking a short rest, so go ahead and you can roll some hit die. Arthur, you're making potions? All right, so if you want to spend do you want to make them all night, or do you just want to spend 2 hours?
If I do it for 4 hours, which would be half, would I be taking a point of exhaustion, even
No.
if I go to sleep right after?
No, you could sleep and then just wake up a little bit later tomorrow.
I'll do that then, so I at least get halfway done.
Yeah, so you take your time, you prepare the ingredients, you use your mortar and pestle to grind up some of the flours, you're able to, you know, prepare, whoa, Creative Cloud, excuse you. You're able to, you know, you start the process, but you just don't get to the actual formulating of the potions part. So you put everything and you measure everything correctly, but you just don't actually start like boiling anything on the alembic or anything.
Yep.
Would it be okay if I get like a short rest in before all this?
Short rest is half an hour to it's in a half an hour to an hour.
Would I had enough time before getting to this point?
Not particularly, because it's about to be the part of the moon. You can show up late if you would like to.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. And then Rainier, you are reading or you're sleeping?
I'm sleeping.
Okay. And so yeah, Diastri and well, Canaray stepped out for air. Diastri, did you join him?
Yeah, I said I was gonna go ahead and join him for some air.
Okay. You guys make it to the barracks. I'm not going to change maps because we don't really have to change maps. I just care about the rolls. You do see that there are several guards walking along the parapets, and it's covered with like a little roof over their heads, so they're not getting they're not having issues from the rain or anything like that. Everyone else has gone to bed. There's no soldiers currently training in the training area. There's just a few guards, and you do see kind of skulking in a corner is Benito.
Okay. All right, Elf. Here's the plan. I'm gonna act like a drunken fool, draw all the attention away. You're really good in sneaking. You sneak that mangonel out there, and hopefully this goes off without a hitch.
Did he just walk it out under his arm, or?
What was that?
Did he just walk it out under his arm, or?
Oh yeah, well he's gonna help pull it out, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna help Benito. He says
Push and pull.
distraction. Yep.
All right. So where you see Canaray, most of the guards are on the walls and the parapets. There's you know, if you were to try to get their attention away from where the siege weapons are, there's kind of like a corner up against the wall of the actual barracks that you could go make a scene at if you would like to do that, or you can do it outside of the barracks so that they don't have their attention inside at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like do outside and just make like a huge ruckus, you know, drunken rambling, reveling, and just trying to like call people over to me to kind of like share stories with them as I'm drunken as heck.
Okay, go ahead and
Drunk.
roll performance with advantage.
Performance? Okay. Oh my god.
Double crit fails? Are you kidding me, dude?
That's not even fair. Oh, I hate that.
Use your inspiration roll again.
Yeah, could I use inspiration to roll it?
Yeah, you can use your inspiration to reroll.
Watch another double crit fail.
Double nat 20s. Easy.
That's better.
Okay, with advantage at a 22. I can't believe you had to burn inspiration for that. At first, you go to like pretend like you're drunk, and it just no one really pays attention to you. It's like, you know, like when you're at a party and you're trying to tell a story and everyone just ignores you and they just like specifically look the other way. That happens, and then you just get like louder and rowdier and more obnoxious, and finally people start looking over. Some of the guards actually leave their posts. They're looking down at you, trying to call to you like, you know, you can't be here, man. Go home. You know, you don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
I'm just like, oh, I don't feel so good, and I start kind of looking like I'm gonna retch. So pantomiming that whole situation. I want to use my breath weapon to kind of catch something on fire. I know it's kind of like raining, but is there anything that's like maybe covered that's flammable?
There's a big pile of hay that the horses eat. There's a pile of broken weapons. They have all kinds of archery targets and training dummies that are made out of straw. Even though it's raining, you get the sense that like some of this is in a covered enough angle, you know, underneath the roof of like the overhead from the parapet that if you wanted to catch it on fire, you totally could.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, here it comes. So I kind of run towards like the hay, and I'm just gonna use my flame breath on the hay and catch that on fire.
All right. And so at this point, a lot of the guards, every single one that was on top of the parapets runs over. You see one of the guys, he's like bringing over one of the water barrels that you had already gone down to the lake to get. They're trying to push it in front of, like, from underneath of the roof so that it can get rained on and stuff like that. While that is happening, Diostri, you and Benito feel like there is enough, ruckus going on that side of the barracks and the training area that if you so chose, it would be a good time to attempt to take the mangonel.
All right, so yeah, Benito and I are gonna slip in and head for the mangonel and try to move it out.
All right, I'm gonna have you guys roll stealth. And Benito is also going to roll for stealth once I pull up his character sheet. Whoopsies. Whoopsie doodles. All right, so you get the sense that if these people were not distracted, they might catch you. But it's raining, there's stuff on fire, Canneray is loud, and you guys are able to get in there. Because Benito had already greased the wheels and everything, it moves silently. It is muddy and it's a little difficult for you guys to be able to pull it out. I'm gonna have you guys both roll strength checks.
Yes.
Yes, well done. It sticks for a slight second, but after your thing with the wagon and the tree, you're like, oh, I know exactly what to do, and you kind of have to leverage it a little bit, and you sort of pick it up as you're not just pulling it straight in a line, you're sort of elevating it and dragging it. You guys are able to make it outside of the barracks. You can go on the road, and you see that there are two roads. One goes by the tavern, and the other one goes up around by where the dwarf manor is. The tavern seems to have a bit of a commotion going on inside of it, and so Benito goes, no, we're going to go this way, and he takes you up around the backside of the town by where the dwarven manor is, and then you guys go along the north road. You see just past where the lumberyard is, and Roos isn't even looking out at the road or anything, but you see her in there furiously with one of those like really long saws, and she's trying to cut the wood herself, and so she's like running to one side of the saw and like trying to pull it and push it, but if it can't, she runs to the other side of the saw and she like pulls it. And Benito, you see his horse tied up to a small tree stump, and he is able to attach the mangonel to it, and kind of looks at you and he goes, thank you, friend. I will be sure to remember the kindness of an elf.
I'm just gonna say I hope so, and I hope that the next time we meet, that many riches are coming your way and my way.
And with that, he kind of climbs on his horse and he goes, I have nothing to give you now, but if you ever come to Elf Camp, please come see me. And he rides off. Now, Canneray, you at this point have a one of the straw dummies are on fire. It's being put out. The guards were able to put it out, and one of them goes, well, what do we do with this guy? We gotta imprison him, right? I mean, he attacked us.
Well, I sober up at that point. I'm like, I feel much better. I didn't attack you. It's just, I don't know if you've ever seen a dragonborn before, but when we throw up, that kind of happens.
Roll a deception check. Oh, sorry, sir. We didn't mean to be insensitive. We just didn't know. Are you feeling better? Would you like some water?
No, I'm good. If I need some water, I'll just open my mouth. It's still raining.
All right,
Maybe
well,
another ale will help.
do me a favor, man. Morta is gonna kill us if he sees this thing on fire. So, would you mind just helping us kind of, fix it up a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I put it on fire, so at least I can do is put it out.
Okay. It takes you like 15 to 20 minutes. You're able to kind of like restuff some straw into the spots that have all burnt up. You put out all the embers and everything. You kind of like put the post back where it's got to be, kind of angle it in there the right way. But you're good.
Cool. And with that, I just give him a nod and say, sorry about all that, and just leave.
Alrighty. The Austrian Cannery, you guys will each get 15 XP.
Lean.
All right. So that being said, for Hisan, you are doing what during this time? You're reading your book?
Yeah, I'm just reading my book, the theoretical thing about other planes.
Okay. The first couple of chapters are about the astral plane, and you learn of this place where it's essentially a completely different realm from the material plane. They kind of give you a brief overview as to what kind of beasts live there, what it's like, the type of, energies that are found there. You find out that there are certain creatures that can be called from the astral plane onto the material plane, and then they kind of spend all their energy, and then they have to return back to the astral plane. The next few chapters are about a place called the ethereal plane, which is almost a copy of the material plane, but people that are in it can see what's going on in the material plane. It's like a one-way mirror, but they're not able to be seen from where they are. There are stories of creatures that can pop into the material or pop into the ethereal plane over here and then walk over here and then pop out over here. And that's, unless you would like to stay up all night reading it, that's all you're able to glean from this night.
Yeah, no, I'm just wanted to have a bit of a read.
Okay. And for the rest of you, Rainier's sleeping. Ignis took a short rest. You're able to roll hit dice back if you would like. And then you can continue that into a long rest. Does anybody want to keep watch?
I mean, I'm already awake. I could keep watch.
Okay.
I'm still awake.
Yeah, I can keep watch if you want to
Alright.
rest, Cannery, since I don't require a full night.
Oh, on the way back when I meet up with the Austihr, I just want to ask him if the human said anything before leaving.
Just that he didn't have anything for payment, and that hopefully the next time we cross paths, that he would have something for us,
Okay.
and that he was heading to, as he said, elf camp.
Feel like we should go to elf camp sometimes then.
I agree.
All right. Well, if you want first watch, I'll be happily resting.
Sounds good.
All right. So, Diastri, everyone else is sleeping. Arthur is still spending some time finishing up a couple potions. Roll a perception check for first watch. Okay, it's cold down here and it's pretty drafty. While you're just sort of like sitting around, you notice that the urns that are next to the spot where they prepare the bodies say Jeremiah Rancor, and that there is another one that says, really quickly, Sylvia Rancor, another one that says Delman Rancor, and Tasha Rancor.
Can I investigate that further to
Yeah.
see if there's anything about them
Sure, go ahead.
in particular?
Roll an investigation. So what you notice is that these urns are pretty fresh, and that 3 of them are full, and the one that says Tasha Rancor is not full, and you see that there are still ashes in like the cremation furnace that have not yet been put into that urn. So it's very fresh. Like these are freshly murdered people.
People. Oh.
Do you
Wait, were
buy
they
your
were the
dead
who?
people freshly murdered and organic?
Time
Do
to
we
make
know?
some
Do we know who the Rancors are? Rancors? are?
The Rancors are the ones that Brucebane said that they were the ones whose house burned down, not the halflings.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Is there any reasoning why Tasha's is only half full? They just left the job not finished.
It's not even half full. It's just completely empty, as though they had to put, they have to do one body at a time, right? So it's, as long as it takes to fully cremate one body, put it in an urn, fully cremate another body, put it in an urn, and this is about the, they were letting this one kind of cool down. They're not going to put hot ashes in an urn.
They just left her ashes hanging out by the
Hmm.
furnace.
Face down, ash up,
That's the way we like to.
cremate.
Stop.
Remate.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for anything strange. More
least I've been-
strange than just, a half-finished job of cremation.
At least they've been cremated, not freaking buried.
I'm gonna have you roll a perception check for the second watch, even though because every 2 hours is a watch shift.
Well, he takes the first two. That's good as.
Elves, man.
Mm.
You don't see anything and you don't hear anything, but you feel as the temperature drops significantly. It feels cold. And this is a drafty place down here, but you're looking and there's no dust motes flying on a breeze or anything like that. It just feels colder for a few minutes and then it kind of goes away.
Who are you gonna go?
Do I also
Alright,
feel that while making my potion, so that gets really cold all of a
Roll a
sudden? I'm now
perception
too
check.
distracted.
But you're gonna roll yours at disadvantage because you're currently doing
Oh,
a
good.
little something something.
Yeah. Nah. 8.
You kind of like shiver a little bit, but you don't notice it. Like you're not like, wow, that's weird. You just maybe feel as though you've been like sitting in the same place for too long and like your butt cheeks go numb.
S-
Oh, you can go first.
I was gonna say, since I'm on watch and I, obviously noted that there was a odd temperature change and Arthur is still awake, I'm just gonna, let him know that I feel that something is off and strange down here.
Yeah, it is a bit weird down here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
not just the fact that we're in a crematorium here, but there's something else that I feel is not right.
How do you mean?
I mean, I've been keeping watch here for the last few hours, and just in the past, 20, 30 minutes, there was a strange, significant temperature drop that happened, and then it left immediately. It was not like the place was cooling down for the nighttime, but it came and then left as quick as it was here.
It's weird.
Yeah. So I might want to, keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely will. Also, Ghibli, when you said it takes 8 hours for potion making, is that 8 hours per potion or in total for all the potions?
8 hours per potion. That's raw. That's how it is. And usually it takes half the cost of the market price of the potion in materials, but because you are collecting your own ingredients, you don't have to spend that money.
Okay. Oh, good then.
All right.
I quickly ask.
So that is first and second watch. Does anybody want to be woken up for third watch?
Yeah. I was already down to take watch, so I guess the Austihr can wake me up.
Okay. Kinnery, I'm going to have you roll perception as Diostri goes down for his meditative 4-hour sleepy meditations.
Anything to look out for, Austihr? Anything weird?
Yeah. I was just talking with Arthur. I noticed in the last, short period of time on the end of my watch here that something fell off, and then it got really cold really suddenly, and left quickly, just as quickly as it came. It's generally been cold down here, but this was something that was off. So I haven't seen
Strange.
anything other than, hey, we looks like the family that we had been told about that had died in the fire, the house fire. Looks like they are preparing their remains over here in the urns and haven't quite finished.
Oh, I'll be on extra alert just in case.
All right.
Rest up,
I'm gonna
Elf.
Get some rest, thanks.
For the duration of your watch, Canneray, you're trying to pay very specific attention to temperature changes and, anything that Austihr had sort of mentioned. You do see a couple rats scurrying around in the corners from time to time, and you hear creaking of people walking on the wooden floor overhead. But for the most part, it's completely uneventful, and your 2 hours go by totally fine.
Just kick someone awake for the next watch, or
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we agreed on like who's gonna
Yeah,
do what.
it's-
So you just pick one.
Just kick some.
all right, I'll go ahead and kick Hisan. Give him a little nudge with my foot.
Oh, my turn for watch.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Peel my eyes open. Like
Keep an eye on the
spend
rats.
the first part of my watch, I'm just like doing the Mr. Bean, and I'll just roll a perception check. Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, this is starting to be dawn. The morning is occurring. I'm going to say that you see a couple little spiders, making little webs in the corners. But for the most part, you don't notice anything. You do, towards the end of your watch, start hearing as the cathedral upstairs is starting to get ready for, to have like some sort of sermon or ceremony. You can hear, people slamming heavy tomes and stuff getting ready, but nothing dangerous to you or your party.
Beautiful.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna have both Rainier and Ignis roll Constitution saving throws.
I thought it was going to be uneventful.
I completely forgot we were sleeping right next to them as well.
We're trapped in a nice, solid stone underground basement. It's okay.
With us. With us.
Hey.
All right, Rainier. While
Oh,
you were
no.
sleeping, you actually have one of the best sleeps of your life. You legitimately, you have a very restful sleep, and maybe it's because you're in a church dedicated to your faith or whatever it is, you don't have any scary dreams. The only thing that kind of happens in your dream is that there, at one point you're in a meadow and there's like a, you know how dreams sort of jump all over the place. So at one point you're in a meadow and there's like a tree line in the background and you see a pair of eyes and they're glowing and looking out at you. And then you sort of look around and then you look back and the eyes are gone. Ignis, on the other hand,
We should have woke him up.
you
should have woke him up.
are racked by nightmares. At first you have a nightmare where all of your teeth fall out and you grow tufts of hair, and the tufts are so big and poofy that you actually can't see past them. Like when your arms are held out in front of you, like the hair is like out to here and you can't see past it. You have another nightmare where you grow to be gigantic. You're no longer a tiny gnome, but you're like 12 feet tall, just stalking around. And then the last nightmare that you have, you get the sense that you're outside and you can't see anything. It's very dark. There's no moon, there's no stars, there's no nothing. It's just pitch black, but you feel as though you're outside, and all of a sudden you get this hankering, this hunger, deep, primal within your gut, and nothing except for meat will suffice it. And you try to wake yourself up, and you try to wake yourself up. I'm gonna have you roll 2d4.
Please don't bum my ass, Ignis.
So glad I decided to sleep away from my group to set up for stuff.
When you wake up, you find that you have bit your tongue and the inside of your lips, like you just chewed and gnawed and grinded your teeth and actually bit into yourself so much that you are going to take 5 points of damage. And this is happening after the long rest, so you're gonna wake up with those 5 points of damage as your mouth is all bloody. You actually have to spit out the blood when you wake up.
Oh. Ah.
I'm just like sitting there watching him spit up blood when he wakes up. I'm just like, You
I
feeling okay?
barely got any sleep last night.
Did you lose your teeth?
I bit my tongue. Ah.
Oh. That sounds very unpleasant.
Ugh.
Was it something to do with, like what happened at Lachelle Cove?
We don't need to. Yes. It was most
Here.
likely because of being bitten by a werebear and slowly transforming into a damnation form.
Let me make a
Wild.
mental note to move up the werebear in the list of my priorities.
Yeah, I can barely tolerate these nightmares.
Okay.
we need to sort this out to stop the puns as well.
Just get rid of the puns, yeah.
Is that also something you were cursed with?
It's getting unbearable.
My mother says it's a blessing.
All right, Ignis, come here, and I'm gonna essentially place my hand on it, like over his mouth, both to shut him up and also to lay on hands. To heal him.
Heson, Rainier, and Ignis, y'all get an inspiration. Heson for the Mr. Bean eyes. That was good.
Nice.
It's the first person I've had inspiration for a long time. I love it.
Wait. No, actually, no. Do I suffer a point of exhaustion?
No.
Oh, thank Jesus.
You slept the whole night, but you just hurt yourself.
I preemptively wrote that. My friends, what are we doing today?
While you guys deliberate this, can I go pee? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Go for
DM's
it.
gone.
Okay.
Let the party commence.
Let the party
Chaos reign.
Well, so we have. I need to reach. We need to go find the one officer who said that she was gonna get some men to kind of accompany us for the goblins.
I think that's the top priority for today.
Yeah.
We
Stressful
have.
today,
Yeah, head back to Lachelle
There's-
Cove. Take care of the
in terms of-
goblins.
Yeah. What all quests do we have right now?
Oh, bunch.
What quest don't we have right now?
We have,
there
like-
was the obviously Goblins Bear. We have the one to go check out the sewers for the spider. Is it the sewers or is it called something else?
Spiders. We have
The Warrens.
The Warrens.
and the Elf
The
Ruins,
Warrens, yeah, thank you.
which I think is after the werebear. It's goblins.
Yeah, the ruins. We also have the
werebear.
little pickpocket guy kid.
Yeah, I don't know
checking
what
out
that quest
guys.
was. I don't even think we got given a quest from him.
No, it is. It's the pickpocket challenge.
Yeah, but what is it?
We
No,
don't
we
don't really know.
Yeah. So
You kind of he owes us a favor, or he owes you guys a favor, since you didn't.
He owes me a
he is
life debt.
his life.
Yeah.
And by
I was
George,
gonna
that is
say-
gonna come at the most opportune time too.
Bring him
I'm
to the
gonna call that-
goblins.
You're
For
not
everyone-
bringing a
for everyone
child to
on
fight the
stream,
goblins.
I've been getting text by a chat bot for the past hour and a half, and it is the weirdest experience because I'm just trying to test it to break it, and I said, and I quote, please type in Chinese, which I cannot read and won't understand. Which then it continued typing in Spanish, and I said, I don't know what you are saying. I'm confused and having a hard time. Please type in Chinese, which will make the situation worse. So it typed in Chinese. I can't read that. Why would you make things harder for me? I thought we were friends. Continuing to type in Chinese. Who was the U.S. president that ordered for the atomic bombs to be dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Bunch of Chinese typing, and then, why are you typing in Chinese when I said I cannot read it? That's extremely rude of you. And now it switched over to Dutch because I was typing in Dutch just before. It's the weirdest thing. It's definitely not human because it said earlier that it can't speak Dutch, but it suddenly learned how.
I think we should go
So-
goblins.
Goblins. I don't think there's really much else on the cards that I think we're capable of handling at the moment.
Yeah, we're still the werebears are still a little bit out of our.
Yeah, we got 8
realm.
days left. I feel like we need to be level 3 before we fight the werebear.
It's about a
So-
week now, isn't it? It's not 8 days, about a week, isn't it? Am I correct on that?
I
Jeffrey?
had 9 days and
Yeah,
About
that
a
would
week.
be
You're
So it's
now
8 days.
on the
then we-
next day, so let me look at the calendar.
So I think
Were
it's
there any
You've
other little
got-
quests we could do in Lachelle Cove?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days left.
Yeah.
Not including today.
Not included today. Okay.
So 9 days if you include today.
We haven't had the best of luck in Lachelle Cove. I feel like we shouldn't try to do anything else there.
Canary
we should just
hates
get-
Lachelle Cove.
I think we do the goblins. I don't think there's anything left for us really in Lachelle Cove anyway, unless we like went and talked to the rich people maybe.
Oh, we had the the rich people, and we also had to get those hag hearts for someone, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah,
hag
we need.
hearts. I
And
mean, the
apparently
overall
there's
Elder
the bar now.
Lachelle's elven ruins,
Yeah.
but that's
So-
kind of not specifically in Lachelle Cove.
If we went to go take care of the goblins right now and made it back to Lachelle Cove, we could see if we could find the hag bodies.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good
Yeah.
course of action. I'm
And
also
that
going to
might-
inform them about the supply issue that the dwarves mentioned to me as well, and you know I believe that it would be in like our good interest to try and sort that out for them.
Now, I think one of the things we're going to run into potentially of bad things is we're all very different XP right now. Like I'm sitting at 645, so
Yeah,
I
I'm sitting at 630.
255 more to get level 3, and I think Arthur,
Me and Rainier still
Rainier
need to have
are
another
probably the
400 to go.
yeah.
Before we leave, I want to head to the bazaar and talk to, what was his name? Bert Zuckerberg, or what was it?
Barry
Barry
Zuckercorn?
Very
Zuckercorn. That's it, Zuckercorn. And procure the adamant. Actually, I'll deliberate with the party first, like, and see if Rainier and Arthur have any like, if they oppose us just like selling it straight up.
Is it a strength-based weapon? I'm guessing it is.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
an
really find much
axe.
on it.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
may put an argument forward for selling it, if we sell it and get enough gold, we could probably buy a good chunk of healing potion, which would
The,
allow us to do
the
better
only-
against fights.
It's
that
going
we
to take
can't
me
do.
56 hours to create 7 healing potions.
The
So-
only
Well, if we
benefit
buy
to
them,
keeping it is
Yeah.
it's a good weapon. It's a strong weapon, but it's not magical, so it's not going to help us in any way against the werebears or anything like that. So I think we just try and pawn it off, get some money for it, and go from there. I think we can put the gold to use.
Have we checked to see what it's worth in our own mind?
estimations.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, could I try and put a price on it as a weaponsmith?
Yeah, do an investigation check on it.
Where did you get the adamantite axe, by the way?
Remember
Where'd you get
those
that from?
trees that we felled?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a gift.
They weren't just
For-
trees.
They only asked us to deal with 2 trees. We dealt with like 15. So
Yeah.
They were
gave
just
us a bonus.
using an adamantite axe to chop wood. What?
Look,
Don't
it
ask
wasn't
questions.
hers. It was her daughter's, and her daughter has taken to more artistic pursuits, and I don't argue with that. So we have this axe, and I'm gonna check and see if it's worth money.
That is very strange.
Don't look a gift
I'm
dragon in the
gonna
mouth.
spend my inspiration the second I get it to find out how much this is worth.
No.
The axe, to the best of your knowledge, is going to be worth 1 second.
$1 million.
125 gold.
Yeah. So we recoup half the money we spent on silvering the weapons, and at least this like leaves us open if we wanted to maybe silver another rapier for Diastri. This will give us the funds.
Yeah.
I'm for selling it.
I'm fine with selling it. I don't have any
Yeah.
use for it. I mean,
If you guys want to
there's-
sell it.
I don't have any. I could use it as a melee weapon, but I'm more of the spellcasting variety.
I think it's
So-
mostly up to the people that would actually potentially have the use for it, and if they say nah, then
And I can't
What do you
use it,
say? What do you say, Rainier? I think it essentially counts as like a +1 weapon, right? But it's just not magical.
Mm-mm.
No?
It's not even a +1. It's just it negates resistances. If
That's all
someone
it
has
does.
it in their stat block, and then it does extra damage to structures or things made out of like wood or stone.
Okay.
Okay. I say we keep it, as it may be useful if we ever need to. If it does extra damage, like if it adamantine is useful for destroying things, I think it may be something we want to keep around, but maybe not necessarily use.
Well, I am all for selling it, so you want to keep it, you get to carry it. Enjoy.
Sure.
Have a new
Thank you.
axe.
This is just a adamantine battle axe.
yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
completely against Rainier's
Yeah,
process
I
of
can
thought
see
either.
where he's coming from.
If the
For 100
axe were
gold.
worth like, yeah, if it's only 125 gold, it's like, okay, we might as well just kind of keep it and see if it comes of any use. If it were like 1,500 gold, sell that
Yeah.
shit. Bye.
Yeah.
And who knows
Yeah,
if we
yeah, I
find
agree.
another
There's going to be
one,
exactly
you know?
one time, like a year from now in this campaign, when we have to use it, and I will
Right.
If
remind
any-
everyone of this.
Any
of this moment.
chairs, and any doors, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
Doors,
They're
yes.
bloody
fucked.
doors.
If doors were to come to life.
I
Doors
Yep.
of
just
the
gave
Astri
it.
and Canneray finally get arrested. And
I mean, we can test it on the temple pews, the floor above us.
Oh, jeez.
We are not testing it on the temple pews above us.
Tested on the load-bearing beams.
Thank you, Ghibli.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So, Hisan, you want to still go to the market or no?
No, that's fine then. Yeah, if I'm not going, yeah, I was just gonna go sell that. So
Okay.
Then on to the soldiers and then the goblins.
All right.
Sounds good.
So, you guys leave the temple. It's a cool day after the rain. The ground is still a little muddy and soft, but for the most part, the rain has stopped. It's pretty much cleared up. There's no clouds in the sky. You guys make your way to the officer's cabin. That's where you last saw Jenny. She was the one who said that she was going to lead the retinue against the goblins. As you are walking past the barracks to get to the officer's cabin, you see yet again Morta, and he's like, "Hey, soldiers!" And he looks at Canneray and Rainier, and he kind of calls you guys over. "Hey, you guys have both been so helpful. Come here."
I reluctantly approach him as well.
Reluctantly approaching. Okie dokie.
Fuck this guy.
Look, I watched you guys yesterday. He's talking to Canneray. I watched you yesterday fight that snake Benito. We can't find him this morning, but your technique could use some work, but you performed better than most of this sodding lot of the new recruits. So take the remaining shield that's worth a damn in this place, and I'll be sure to pass my recommendations for you onto the general. And he gives you a shield +1.
Well,
How much is that worth?
That's
I
worth
give
a
it
lot.
a
That's worth a
discerning eye.
lot. That's worth a lot.
we gotta give that to I don't know.
Arthur.
Yeah. Who needs a shield? I'm not gonna use a shield.
So Rainier is gonna have like 25 AC if we give it to
No.
him.
No.
He just walks up
putting
and
it-
just
Alright.
stands. Hit
Putting
me!
a target on my back for every spellcaster and a miles range.
Yeah.
Hit me!
Yeah, I just kind of
this crap, guys.
I just kind of say yeah, thanks, and kind of turn around and join the party.
Who's taking the shield? Are you guys giving it to Arthur?
I think Arthur probably can make the most use of it. What do you like personally? I don't.
The
have
Dragonborn
the
that's
right
carrying a two-handed weapon and he just walks up and gives him a shield. Here, have a shield.
Yeah. Tosses the shield at him.
Yeah. Thanks, I guess.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it if no one else wants it.
All right, I'm putting it in your inventory. Ba-bow. If you choose to equip it, that's going to make your AC 18. I assume you're choosing to equip it.
Yeah, might as well.
Some nice AC, man.
Okay, little
What a
AC
dream.
boost, little AC boost. All right, and so you guys get to the officers' cabin, and you see a few of the officers are outside, kind of getting ready for the day. And Jenny walks up to you, and she goes, "I've received confirmation that we are allowed to send several of our soldiers. I will go grab them. We'll be ready to
Fantastic.
leave in about an hour or two. Do you want to meet us on the road out of town?"
Yeah, I think the road out of town heading over there. We previously scouted the camp, and we kind of know the layout and where their tents are set up. Compared to a few trees, the goblins have archers in the trees around the camp, so that'll be a little difficult. If your soldiers come prepared for that, that'll be nice.
Cool. Alrighty then. We'll see you in a little bit. And is there anything that you guys want to do in the town before you leave?
I have a quick question, JJ.
Yeah, sure.
Just to make sure I didn't write this incorrectly, you had mentioned that Dragonborn and Bugbears have fought side by side before against our Conqueror, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Orcs. So in that war were dragons, fairies, orcs, and certain elves, certain clans of elves.
Okay.
So the orc nation includes orcs, bugbears, and goblins.
Okay, cool.
If I just got a quick question as well. If I don't have like a hand free, technically, for spell casting, can I still cast spells? Or like if I have something in my offhand and something in my main hand, can I still cast spells?
So do you have an arcane focus or do you have a spell component pouch?
I have a component pouch.
So what I will say is that it's rules as written, you would have to drop an item, which is not counting as a free item interaction, and then you would have to reach in your pocket or your pouch, which is a free item interaction, to cast the spell with material components. How most rules as intended, how most people rule it is that like if you have a weapon, you can kind of like reach in with like two of your fingers and grab it. So realistically, I would say that I technically would allow it, but it depends what you're holding.
I was just gonna ask Arthur if I could have his shield.
My old shield.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a personal one, to be honest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, I could let
Alright.
you hold on to it if you really want it.
I mean, I'm just thinking it will protect me.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be anything permanent. Just if I could just carry it
What? Why is the
for
shield?
now.
What makes your old shield special?
No, I suppose I get to describe what's on it now. So the old shield sort of has, so it's like a sort of just a simple reinforced sort of wooden shield with like a little metallic circle in the center, and then it sort of splits with two like metallic bits of metal up the center, and on either side there's like almost artwork in a sense. So on one side there's like a outline of a humanoid figure sort of walking nearby just some animals, just simple little animals just walking alongside it, and in the corner of that there's a, hang on, let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right and getting the right one. Oh god, I have a picture of it somewhere. Hang on, give me a second. Oh no. That's not it. There's a sort of symbol to the god of Gruntheim, the Firbolg god of animals, and then on the other side, other half, there is a sort of outline of a Firbolg figure walking next to just sort of plants and all that, and at the top of that, like sort of corner of that, there's a symbol to, if I say this right, Nisareth? Am I saying that right, Ghibli?
Yeah.
Nisareth?
It's your
Yeah.
god, not mine.
The goddess of sentient. I suppose it'd technically be swapped, actually, the two symbols, but yeah. The goddess of sentient beings.
Interesting.
So
So
the
it's a-
shields, the shield
It has
will.
the shield.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I'm just saying that's sort of, it's just a simple shield, but it has sort of that artwork on it, and it's sort of something I received from where I came from.
Ah,
The shield
So-
will stop you from having a free hand.
It will.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, and that kind of affects it. Then I guess I won't do that. Just,
If
all
you
right.
really want to
you
hold on to it for combat, you can. You're more than welcome to use it if you want to hold on to it, but it's sort of important to me, I suppose.
No,
So.
Also,
it's
artists in
fine.
chat, get work on that shield.
No, I understand like the significance of something like that, so you hold on to it.
Alright. Yeah, I find if you really need it in combat, I'm more than happy for you to borrow it. But yeah, it's still personal.
You shouldn't be that close to combat anyway, so it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we run off, I do want to go run to the bazaar real quick and pay Mr. Barry another visit.
Okay.
Bloody Barry.
You
Sakako.
it's a very busy day at the market. You can tell that everyone's like must have been payday in the army. There's a bunch of soldiers. They're all kind of buying wine at the wine stall and like fancy fruit and stuff at the produce stall. And when you approach, the two guards have their halberds crossed at the gate and they go, "Come on in," and they let you come through. They unlock the gate and Barry goes, "Hey, I remember you.
Oh yeah, what do you remember about me?
I remember that I had given too many of my items away at a reduced cost and I just couldn't afford to do that for you there. Sorry, buddy."
Yeah, I was kind of really annoyed that you gave a couple of my friends a great deal and then immediately turned that and said no deal for me.
What'd you buy? You bought studded leather?
No, that was me.
What'd you buy?
I
Dylan?
didn't buy anything.
Oh,
I didn't buy
yeah.
anything. I was gonna buy a rapier, but the price was way too high, Barry.
It is what it is, man. You know, business is business. It's one thing to sell the armor. I get that at a pretty good, you know, discount, but the weapons, they're tough. They're hard to come by, you know, supply and demand. The dwarves can't make good weapons anymore. What can I say?
Well, I think we're gonna be working on that problem for them. Is there a way you can give me an advanced discount if we are able to do that?
An advance discount? I don't work on advance prices. What, you gonna advance pay my mortgage for me?
What's a mortgage?
I mean, my taxes to the Lord Algernon, our Lord of our...
It's too soon for that, but your kids will love it.
Yeah, they'll love it. Would you like to buy the rapier?
What was the price again?
Do you remember what the price was?
I thought you said 45.
Now I think you're fucking with me, so now I gotta go look.
I think you said 65 initially or something like that. 60, 65.
It was 65 gold, but it had to be paid in Electrum, is what you said.
In Electrum? That doesn't sound like me. Rapier would have been 50 gold. Double price.
Double?
God damn, bro.
Welcome to economics, baby. Warren Buffett.
You know, he probably would save money if he didn't pay for those two guards outside.
I'm pretty sure that's more than it was last time, because it wasn't double last time.
Oh, then maybe it was 45. 45
That's
gold.
right.
Final
Okay.
offer.
Yeah,
Oh,
but if
you're
I
right.
remember
That's
rightly, it was
specifically for you.
59. I think it was 15 gold more than the whatever the original price was.
40 gold. Final offer.
All right, 40 gold, Barry. But I'm not saying your name. I will not say your name.
That's fine.
People
You bought
will be
it.
like,
You bought it.
Where'd you get this rapier from? Fuck the guy I bought this rapier from. He's a dick.
If I have to say his name, I'm going to kill him with his own weapon.
He actually sells you a cursed version of it that makes you say it
whenever you draw the weapon, it's like Harry
like,
Zucker.
Barry!
God damn it.
Harry Zucker, greatest weaponsmith in all the land.
All right, so yeah, I'll buy the rapier for the 40.
Curse of Zakakon.
Damn it, Sucker Con.
He who shall not be named.
Oh my god. All right. Does anybody else want to do anything before we set off?
Let's do this.
Okay. So you guys meet up with Jenny Rawl. She is starting. She's at the edge of the town. She has a horse. Oh, did you guys go get your horses in Angramar? I
Yes.
assume from the
Yeah.
stables.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I would
Yeah, we
assume.
would have
Did-
done that before we leave.
Did
Yeah.
they
Just-
feed Angramar this morning?
Yes, Angramar was fed.
Did we eat this morning?
That's what I was just about to ask.
I ate a ration.
I definitely ate.
I ate my tongue.
Oh,
Does that
yeah,
count?
I'll have
while
a
I was on my
ration.
watch.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Gnaw it down.
While I was watching Ignis like fidget in his sleep and fucking sweat and bite himself, I'm just like eating furiously, just like, oh god, just like the popcorn in my hands, like, whoa, this is intense.
Like that gif of the guy, just like,
On the way out of the town, can I stop by the Muffin Man?
Yes, you sure may. Keenschling Muffin Slinger the Third.
Keenschling, how is your son today?
Oh, he's doing all right. And you look over and he seems to just be like sitting there, like twiddling his thumbs behind the counter, just kind of.
Staying out
we
of
ever-
trouble, young one?
Did we ever meet the dad?
no.
You bought muffins from him, didn't you? Or you didn't?
No, I
No, I
don't
don't
think we
think
did. I don't think we met the dad.
Um,
This gnome just walks up.
Yeah,
How's
do
your
you-
kid today?
How's your son?
do you know him, little junior over here?
Yes, he showed me an interesting tactic. He's a very
Oh.
smart young lad.
Really, I wish he would apply himself better in school.
Would you
That's a
like him
nuts.
to?
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
could make him.
Okay.
What do you mean there, my gnome friend?
No, he just owes me a favor.
Sure. What? Go ahead.
Don't worry. It's all good. All right, little one, come over here, little one.
He looks at you like very like. Don't tell my dad. Don't tell my dad.
Little one, I shall call in my debt today. You shall apply yourself at school. You shall no longer cause trouble in the market square. And you shall grow to be just like your father here.
And he looks up at his dad and he's like, and he does like that stamping your feet, like, okay, all right, man. Ignis, you can have an inspiration.
I already have
That's such a
inspiration.
loser. Ah.
Ugh,
It's so boring, God.
I already
Why-
have an inspiration, so it's all good.
damn it.
Imagine
Why
Just
am
so you
I
don't have to remember
destined
this
to
10 years from now.
fling muffins for the rest of my life? Ugh.
Hey man, you
Imagine having a life debt and not ordering him to go to his death.
Imagine. Did you ever bought a
Ugh.
werebear? No. Would you like to?
Could have invited him on.
Would you like to fight 4 of them?
A squire, and we would have had like a free luggage carrier.
Trial by fire. Send him
You
in.
know what? No, I like that I made this kid's life better. You know, he's gonna study. He might not like it at first, but he's gonna like it
Luggage
in the end.
carrier. Who said luggage
gonna-
carrier?
He's gonna be miserable.
That's JP speaking. That's not
For
really-
now, you know, but in 20 to 30 years, he'll be telling his kids, "It was a rascal once, but now everything's turned around ever since that cool gnome." Ignis
No,
came
but
down."
he told me to buckle down, listen to my father, go to school. He was a cool gnome.
Yes, and he got something from it too. 5,000 experience points.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, it's canon! It's canon!
be a good boys.
Oh,
Study the
shit.
art of muffins.
No more pickpocket challenges.
Fucking for you.
I'm so proud of that.
I'd also like to buy a muffin or two for breakfast. You know what? Do you have like those baker's dozen for the? I can just buy a whole bunch of different flavors, and you know, like you'll be like, "Do you want the jelly filled ones?" And I'll be like, "No one actually really likes those, but you'll convince me to put
True.
2 in there anyway."
True.
Yeah, I do have a baker's dozen. I have a box right here, and he gives you like a little wooden tray of 13 muffins. And tell you what, normally that goes for 2 gold, but I'll you can just have it. It's on the house. Something is different about my son today.
Yes, I think you'll find that
He will always be a better son now.
Thank you.
Son you always wanted.
Mm.
Everybody knows that promises made by 9-year-olds, they stick
They
for
stick
life.
forever,
For
forever,
life.
always.
Forever,
They've
yeah.
never. It's never been an issue.
If you do not think that I will not be checking up and receiving this kid's report cards, you are wrong. I am lawful good. I will check up.
Report card.
Every 6 months I'll come and check up on him.
You know what's so weird is there's no school in Ava Shores. We just read books to our kids, I guess, and send them to the temple. But yes, okay, that sounds good.
Oh
yeah.
God, no, his education's crap.
No.
He's going to the discount Hogwarts store. It's called
the temple.
Pig.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
Wart.
pig boils.
Pig boils. No.
Yeah, so you can get your 13 muffins. Everyone else has eaten today. For those of you who ate a ration, you marked it off of your thing.
Yeah.
Ignis, are you gonna eat a muffin?
I'm gonna eat a muffin and I'm gonna share muffins with everyone as we walk.
Okay.
Mm,
Ignis,
muffins.
that does nothing to satiate your hunger. You crave
God
meat.
damn.
You crave
Bacon.
blood. You crave
Muffins.
flesh.
I start
Alright, we
looking
haven't
at
had-
Heason.
Ignis, don't you have the hat of vermin?
Or
Just turn into like a drumstick. What's up, Ignis?
Ignis,
gonna-
Ignis, that-
Is there any
Yeah,
meat
yeah.
muffins in there? Is there any meat muffins?
Meat muffins? What?
We like
Ignis,
We muffins you're
walked
cooking,
into
man.
we walked into the stables and they were just feeding Agrimar, and Ignis just like runs in there, gets on all fours and starts fighting Agrimar for the meat.
Ignis, you have the hat of vermin, right?
God, that ew. I might be changing, but I have rations. I am not at that stage yet. No,
you
I
have
have.
rations, but you don't have rations.
Oh.
Inspiration, Rainier. Inspiration.
I'm gonna go eat
I'm
the
very
kid.
happy that I made Erthos do a facepalm. That is the highlight of the night.
This is getting out of hand.
Please,
now there are
please,
two
please
of
don't
them.
eat Agrimar.
Crocodile is actually pretty tasty though.
It is
How
actually.
do you know?
Tastes like chicken.
Well, I'm going to eat a ration so I don't eat a party member.
That does not satiate
Wait, you
your
cut out
hunger.
right there. I thought you said you were
It
gonna.
does
No.
not. It does not say.
Vermin.
It is a
no.
smoked
Vermin,
and salted meat stick. You crave blood. You
Vermin.
crave
Vermin.
flesh.
Vermin.
Lucky we're in the
I'm going
bazaar.
to take a rat and just go no. I'm gonna go no. I'm gonna stop at the barely cooked meat stand. That has questionable meat,
Barely cooked.
but it's gonna be. It might still move, but I'm not eating a rat.
It's like Swarmer.
I am a gnomish knight. Gnomish knights
Meat-
do not eat
Medium
rats.
raw.
Okay, so you go to the meat stall. There's a man there, and he sees you kind of licking your lips. You can see that there are big, like, haunches of meat, like uncooked raw behind him, just sort of hanging on, pieces of twine from a bar. There's, big pork ribs. There's, big haunches of, pork legs, cow, steak, stuff like that. And he goes, hello, can I interest you in some meat? You want my meat,
I
kid?
need some. Okay, excuse me. I am old, so
No.
please do not make me report you to the local authorities.
Oh, hold the
Uh,
phone.
Yes,
Oh.
I need something. I need something still moving slightly. I like it rare. Rare.
I've got a bunch of raw meat here. It's still it's raw. I don't have any moving. Still moving.
Give me a pound.
Okay. Of what kind of meat? I've got beef, chicken, pork.
Stay away from the chicken.
Yeah, don't eat raw chicken.
Yeah, I don't need salmonella as well as werebear.
That's what kills me. That's what ends my
Salmonella.
Let's
Actually,
go
no,
with.
I can cure salmonella. I can't cure werebear. Eat all
It's,
the raw chicken you want.
It's against my religion to eat pork, so let's go with beef.
Okay. 1 pound of that will be 4 silvers.
Drive a hard bargain. Here
Well,
you go.
they don't call me Fred Rod for nothing.
Fred Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Rod?
I really hope no one does call you Fred Rod. But thank you. Have a wonderful day.
My name, sir. Do you eat
Here it comes.
your happy?
First, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion on it to
Uh-huh.
make it look cooked, and then I'm going to eat it.
Okay. Are you gonna eat the whole pound or just half a pound?
The whole pound.
Okay. When you bite into it, I don't know if you've ever had raw beef before, but this it satiates you and it's good. The blood, like as you bite into it, like runs down your chin, stains your clothes a little bit as it drips off. You enjoy it, and you enjoy it more than you want to enjoy it. However, it's very tough and it's very stringy, and it doesn't. It feels like roll a nature check.
Oh no.
It
Good roll.
tastes not like cow. It tastes like a different meat.
It's human.
No.
Uh-oh.
It's child.
It's not human. It's horse. You may have had
Oh.
this before. Sometimes when the going gets tough in the meat market, they have to resort to killing horses and dogs and stuff like that. So it's horse.
Do they eat our horses? Do they butcher our horses?
No.
No,
Your
not
horses are fine. Your horses are fine. He's just selling horse and passing it off as beef.
Tastes
Like
like
that eye shit.
crocodile.
I will say that I barely register that. I'm just so like you just see me with this meat, and I'm just like slowly ripping it apart. My hair is just flying sideways. My eyes are doing like little swirls in happiness, and I look at my friends, noticing that they're looking at me pretty much having
Horror.
Cern's reaction to this raw meat. Gotta love it raw. And I look at them and I just go,
Woo-woo.
we have to. We're killing this werebear. No.
Yes,
I'm a
we
gnomish
definitely
knight.
need to.
I'm a
At least
gnomish
use
knight.
protection next time.
Speaking as JT, you missed an opportunity to then say, "Man, this beef tastes really good, but I would pay top dollar for some horse meat right now," and really confuse a butcher.
And I'm not horsing around either.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I don't have anything I want to do.
I'm
I'm
gonna
happy
pull
to
a
head
small piece of cloth out of my disguise kit and go over to Ignis and wipe the blood off his cheek like
I'm thoroughly ashamed of
lick it
myself.
first.
Actually,
He's just sobbing like.
I-
I'm not happy with who I am.
It's just.
Ghibli, is it obvious to us like why Ignis did that, or
Unless he specifically explained it to you, no. And since none of
Okay.
you are that familiar with gnomes, I would say you probably don't know that it's super out of character. You may roll an insight check, but it's gonna be a
I would like-
really, really high DC.
The dwarves are pretty friendly
I'd
with the
like to,
gnomes.
Oh, roll one for fun. Why
I don't
Yeah.
necessarily care to roll, so.
Yeah, I don't really care either.
Doesn't
I
matter.
mean, I
Doesn't
feel like
really roll
Heason's probably put like
Dang.
2 and 2 together. That he's like.
I've seen an owl eat live rats, so I'm just, whatever.
That's true.
That's true.
Maybe it's a cultural thing.
What's the culture?
Well, I mean, I've
will
been with Ignis for a couple of days, so and I know that he did get bitten by a lycanthrope. So
We've only been with each other for 3 days, I think. 4 days now.
I'm not judging.
I'm just standing over there with Diastri and Arthur saying, "Do you think is this a gnomish thing What's going on here?
This must be a.
I just assume
Part
it's
of my
because of the
campaign.
lycanthrope, because
No, I reckon it's a
why
strange-
No,
else?
because I'm not doing it. If it was lycanthrope, I'd be doing it. I'm not doing
I
it.
reckon it's a strange
true.
eating ritual he's doing right now. Those aren't
in the
tears of
fir-
sadness. Those are
The,
tears
the
of
first
happiness.
night, you were like having seizures in your sleep, and Ignis wasn't. So
Wait, I was having seizures.
Maybe this is how he taught Agrimar how to eat. And so he's just kind of continuing on with the story. That whole thing. He's like, Agrimar when he first got him,
Hold on.
he was afraid of everything and wouldn't eat.
Isan,
No,
I had a seizure and you didn't tell me?
I thought you knew.
No, I was sleeping.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why you had the
you're
bad
fine.
nights.
You're fine now, dude. So
What? What?
look,
I'm 56 years old. If I have a seizure, that's important.
hey man,
Can you recognize
Let-
signs of a stroke?
let me. I was wondering why the left side looked to get paralyzed. You're drooling all over yourself, and you have been for days.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
It's like when you were sleeping, you looked like, I wouldn't say it was a seizure, but you were having like fits, like you were having a bad dream. That night that we were camped outside of town.
Like,
His speech
I didn't
is
think-
just-
I didn't think that it was that like important. You know, I have
okay, so
People
That
have
was
bad
literally
dreams.
just the
People
other
had-
night. That wasn't last night, but the night before that. That was just the
people
other night.
have bad dreams all the time. So
I mean, I did have a bad dream that night, but like, so was I like, okay, hang on, was I like actually seizing up, like shaking?
yeah, looked like you were having a nightmare, like a pretty bad one.
Oh God, I might. Oh no. Oh no.
And when I woke up, I had this piece missing out of my leg, and you had your head right next to it. So
Oh, that's not good. That's bad. Okay, well, I'll keep an eye on you too. Ignis, I guess he's
I feel
joining
fine.
Brotherhood. I did too until apparently I had a seizure.
yeah, well, that's true.
It was
is
just
true.
like a fit. It was just like a shaking fit. Like nothing weird was going on.
I mean,
okay.
to be fair,
I'm pretty sure from memory though that is all that happened. You just were
Okay.
like shaking and looked like you were like sweating, like you're having a bad dream.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Did I say
I
anything
think
weird?
what
No,
Okay, that's good.
just
I mean,
shaking.
we
You
were a
got
little bit
secrets?
away from them, so I don't know if you would have heard of if you did say
Yeah,
anything.
I probably wouldn't have. No,
I think I
So
need to
possibly.
go see my doctor.
I'm sure it's something normal. I mean, the first night we all
Yeah, go.
slept in the same room together, I saw Heason rolling
have-
around in his sleep, having a nightmare. So
that's what I mean. People have bad dreams.
I
It
mean, yeah,
happens.
but there's like there's bad nightmare like rolling around, and then there's having a seizure. There's a very clear difference. One is a medical emergency that you should probably like do your best to make sure once the seizure stops, the person's still
I
alive.
didn't have my binoculars out, so I couldn't really see.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to have a class with all of you on what to do if someone is having a seizure, because this is a very, very important thing.
See your doctor's license? Can I see your doctor's license?
He's
Yes,
a
it's right
freaking
here. I showed
paladin.
Are you a Are you a registered GP?
We're
you
in the
qualified
age
to
where
be
you just put leeches on things and then
Yeah,
you say,
that's
"Yep,
it,
you're
hey.
done. You're
Oh,
good."
He just puts
give
his
yourself a
mask on that
couple-
has the really long nose. Says,
That
yes,
looks
I'm a
like
doctor.
a pretty bad
The plague
cut.
doctor's mask,
Pretty
yeah.
bad cut. Better put some maggots on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, when people were keeping watch last night, did I or Ignis have a seizure?
Nope.
Didn't notice.
Uh,
I didn't notice.
Ignis.
Not
anything.
while I was on watch. No.
Ignis looked like he was having a bit of a fit too. Last night.
Does this
Seems I'm the only
always
one that
happen
see
on
these
your-
things. Dude.
It-
I
You sure
guess.
it's
We
not
can't
going
talk with
crazy?
you.
Are you sure you're having? You sure you're seeing these things?
Can I roll an insight check on myself?
Yes, you can roll an insight check on yourself.
Can I roll a medicine check on
Now
not
you're
sure.
doubting yourself. You're
Yeah,
not
I'm
sure
very
anymore.
much doubting myself. Whether or not I've actually seen these things. I'm very much doubting myself now. Thanks for
Okay.
that.
Of course, you're welcome.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep walking while having like an existential crisis inside my own head.
no,
Roll
you're on
for
the back of my
existential
horse.
crisis.
What is that? Is that a constitution?
No, just
That's
kidding.
a
It's gonna
D100.
be a wisdom, right?
Yeah, it'll be wisdom for sure.
So,
Can I-
you guys, do you want to do anything else before you meet up with Jenny Roll?
I think I'm done. I don't have anything
Yeah, I
else.
think we're gonna go meet up with General. The
Okay.
General.
You guys see her. She is standing, or she's on a horse, and she's got let me double check. It's 6. I put 6 guys. Yeah, 6. 6 dudes,
Oh.
6 soldiers, and they are not on horses. They are just walking. They're infantrymen that do not have do not have horses. They're just basic foot soldiers.
What is their equipment loadout? Oh, I'm sorry.
Group hydrate.
Hydrate.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Thank you,
I'm
Barry
out
Al.
of out of hydration. I'm gonna
My
I don't
lost
have
bit
any
of
hydration.
water.
I'm sorry, Rainier. What did you ask? The equipment? What?
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was gonna ask like what the soldiers' equipment is like in terms of like weaponry, armor.
Sure, I'll show you this. This is what they look like. And they have long swords.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Okay.
Cool.
Good to know. So we
They
have.
look like goddamn beasts.
Okay.
Yeah, they all look like that. God damn. Oh man.
Yeah, they're all just clones. They're just clones of each other.
Fantastic.
They
Um,
worship the sun.
Fist of the flame.
They're all
Just the
wearing
clones.
chainmail and shields. They have long swords, and they walk in formation. The way that they're standing, they're at attention. Jenny Rawl has them in a wedge formation where she is at the front on her horse, and they are behind her in a V formation.
I'd like to give Jenny a salute
She salutes back.
and nod to the soldiers, and I would I guess we who was it that which one of us that like got closest to the camp, or who's like the best at like
I feel like
Who was
Diastri
That was me.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of eyed it out, scoped it out.
So I guess Diastri, are you gonna take the lead in terms of like guiding us there then?
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, we kind of all know where it is, but as far as when we're gonna want to start
Be
the
quiet.
Get on
stuff.
horses
approach.
and
Can I address the group really quick? The goblins and bugbears. Long time ago, we fought together. Let me say my piece to them, and if they refuse to lay down their arms, we have to do what we have to do.
Ethan
Can I
volunteers
do
to
an
not be involved in that.
May I do an insight check on Canare?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Heathen's not gonna fucking even. If Canare approaches, Heathen's gonna be like
Well,
fucking that way.
the plan is we get a good surrounding on them, and I will make
7.
the first steps to.
Okay, yeah, he can get behind that. That's
Yeah.
his plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not just gonna march there by myself and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Hey guys.
Hey,
Now,
remember me?
would that give away the
Let's go
tactical
together.
advantage of surprise?
yeah,
Um,
are we losing that advantage because you're going in first, or are we gaining an extra kind of tactical advantage because you have them distracted? And we
Well,
kind
I
of watch for
respect
them
your
to turn.
desire for no bloodshed. Do you really think it's gonna work?
I have my ways.
Okay.
All right.
He is a pretty fucking persuasive bastard.
That is true.
You don't
Think
get a
you-
collection of teeth from foes by doing nothing.
Okay.
And so you guys set off. You could be having this conversation while you're walking. It's going to take a good 3 to 4 hours. You guys left around 8 a.m. So by the time you get to the goblin camp, it's probably around noon. Sun's pretty high in the sky. While you're walking, you guys are discussing the plan. Jenny Roll says that she will allow you to go up, but she warns you that it may be dangerous. And if you are killed in the process during your negotiations, we may not have the time to run in to save you. Would you like us to stand nearby as a show of force?
Yeah, we should probably do that. Let me take the charge, and then once I'm out in the open, everyone can kind of, flying V their way out as well.
I'm just gonna take my like cloak off and give it a couple of shakes, and it's gonna change into the same color as like the trees and the foliage and stuff, and then put it back on and like pull my hood up and try and like obscure myself.
Okay, that's going to give you
Ooh, that's a good-
advantage on stealth checks.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
So as you guys approach, you see a thick column of smoke from the fire. And as you're getting closer, she looks at it and she's like, I can tell that it's up here, kind of off a little sloping hill off to the side of the road. I'm going to pull you guys onto this map.
When we get like close enough to within eyesight, can I use my spyglass to kind of scope it out to see exactly what we're looking at?
Certainly, go ahead and roll perception with
your
advantage.
spyglass. Holy shit, that's a lot of fucking goblins.
There's more.
But
Oh,
wait,
God.
there's more.
Oh god.
Wait, there's more. Oh boy.
And there's a fucking orc as well.
We don't see that guy, do we?
No, we don't.
Oh, it's a good thing we bought reinforcements, isn't it?
And they seem
Well, I
to be
mean, that's
fairly
actually the
compatible.
same amount. There's 12. There's only 12 goblins. That's the same amount. It's just the we didn't see the orc last time.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, goblins are fairly weak. It's just going to be a bit of a yaks. Let's
It's a numbers game, baby.
Yeah.
hit up the front lines.
All right.
Get the
So
siege ready.
Can I roll a stealth check on this bad boy?
I assume we are all stealthing up, aren't we?
Yeah, so real quick here. Oops, not that. Anything but that. What you see, Diostri, is I'm just trying to move everyone to the right layer. The goblins are not in the trees. You guys came at around a nighttime thing, and you get the sense that they are probably, that's kind of where they go to sort of sleep, like, you know how like cheetahs sleep up in the trees, to like be safe off the ground, but also to ambush anyone. Right now, they're kind of doing their daily, routine, kind of checking the perimeter, sort of scoping out the scene. Right now, you guys are far enough away that only Diostri can see them with the spyglass. And the goblins who don't have spyglasses don't see you. You do see that you don't see an orc. He's in a tent, but you see 2 bugbears.
But we know there's 3 bugbears.
Correct.
what do we see, Elf?
So yeah, just checking it out. I see the same dozen goblins that we saw the first time, and I see a couple of the bugbears. 2 of the 3 that we had identified previously.
Do we try and get closer?
All of the goblins are on the ground. They're no longer in the trees. They're all just hanging out on the ground.
Good.
Some are by the fire. Some are a little
Probably-
bit further out.
Probably better for us then.
Yeah, they won't have any type of ability to jump down on us if we get too close.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Are they doing their daily affirmations?
So how far away are we, roughly?
You guys are probably, 300 yards away at this point. You're down on the road. Like if the camp is over here, you guys are down off the road over this way. So you guys still have to travel this way and then kind of come off the road a little bit to get to the camp. The only reason that Diostri can see it is because he has a spyglass.
Yeah.
When we move in, do we want to use any split tactics to, have us kind of go off one side and the army guys go off to another to potentially split them if the negotiations fail?
yeah. If it comes to
think-
blows,
Yeah.
if we get someone to flank on the left, we could use the army to flank the left.
I think
That'd
we
be good.
send the army with you,
Oh,
and
me,
we
okay.
as a show of force, because they look scary, and
That's it.
and the rest of us try and hide and get the jump on them if things turn south.
Which
That's
direction do we
So
want to move in if
I
we
don't
need
want
to?
be.
It's a very good
anywhere
idea.
near this. I don't
I'll
want
say
to be
right
anywhere
now,
near this.
I will not be able to be quiet with this armor.
Or maybe
Yeah,
you head up
yeah.
then too.
I'll head up with the army and I think yeah, it's just a matter of which direction we would want to approach
Yeah.
from.
Canteray, where do you plan on approaching the camp from? What
Well,
direction?
We have that clearing in the south area. We should approach from there. At least the attachment. Yes. Good line.
Battle
good
plans.
line. Battle plans. I love that. Yes.
Battle plans. Sit at the front line.
And
Sort of like do a split like that, I guess.
We just kind of hide in the trees. Most of us are ranged, apart from Arthur. So
I have a light
sure.
crossbow that I
What
can
arm-
use.
What
But
weapons do you see the
Until-
goblins have on them?
You rolled
Yeah,
a
can
20
I-
perception. Here are the weapons that they have. They have a scimitar and a short bow, and I'll show you what they look like. There you go.
Elf I see.
12 of them.
little
So that's
gobbies.
12 short bows.
12 ranged, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of pen needles coming at you.
Yeah, I think we stay hidden initially, and we don't get involved until after the attention's set. So if things go south and they start attacking you guys, then we come in. So that way, us squishies aren't going to be getting focused by all their ranged.
Yeah, their short bows
Fantastic
are
pan,
80
dwarf.
foot range, so I mean we could stay all the way to the back, and if the negotiations fail, then we could get a few shots off initially.
I actually wonder, because here's my concern is, if depending on how coordinated these goblins are, 12 archers could easily take down a good number of people with one opening barrage, especially if they target specific people.
Hence,
We just got to
if they
pray
all-
that they're goblins and
Yeah,
that they're
they-
not
they
that
don't.
smart.
Have you ever
and-
fought with goblins, Paladin?
And
Goblins.
pray
Fought against them.
and pray that
Exactly.
these humans are as well trained as they seem to be.
And not like the other human guards we've met.
I would
Exactly.
say, given that they have range, if we send Canary and the army in, and have the army put a line up, rather than us try and flank, given they have ranged, we may want to stack
Just
up,
kind of come in behind them.
stack up back here,
Mm,
wait behind
a-
these trees here, and then we can
that's a good idea.
we'll have range back here, to back them up, and they can kind of suck up damage for us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what infantry's for, right?
Yeah.
That's what infantry's for.
Ginny, what are your thoughts?
Well, my men, we have drilled and practiced our wedge formation. I prefer to keep ranged people behind us in the V, in the protected part of the V. However, if you would like a more stealthy approach, I believe hiding out in the trees makes a lot of sense. I just want to say thanks for giving me the opportunity. I've been trying to show my military prowess to my supervisor, and you guys are giving me that opportunity. So please don't let me die.
She's gonna
That's a
die.
good point.
If it comes to blows, you will shine today.
I would
Just
like to-
raised your
may
own
I
red flag,
stand-
Jenny.
Red flag.
Would you mind if I stand between you and Canary?
What? No, this is our formation. Find your own place. This is my formation. These are my men.
Okay.
Rainier's gonna take all the credit, dude.
No,
I
I
was at the front of the V.
I'm trying to be in a position where I can use my reaction
No,
shield
just stand on
thing.
Just stand on this side.
Well, no,
you don't
I
have
want to be
to.
able
It doesn't
have
have
the
to
option
look
protect
aesthetic.
either one.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah,
Fair
so if I
enough.
could stand between them, I could either use it to protect her or Canary.
I mean, if
But now-
Canray just
Oh,
if
it's-
you and
You can roll
Canray
a
switched,
persuasion if you are trying
Yeah, I mean,
to
if you
persuade
explain
her.
the tactics to her, then I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to-
spend the tactics. They'll just be like, hey, swap spots with me now.
yeah. I'll just kind of
swap with me.
Jenny, the paladins of the Holy Mother are trained to be able to stand amongst soldiers and are extremely quick to step in to protect those nearby from incoming blows. I'd like to stand in between you and Canary in case something comes. I may be able to protect. I have the option to protect either of you two from incoming attacks that could cause death.
Okay, roll for it.
All right.
She's
let's see
very
here.
competitive.
I could tell.
This is her moment in the limelight.
Yeah. 14.
Okay.
Well, guess you're gonna die, Jenny. Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
All right. Well, with a 2 against your 14, she doesn't like it. She seems really upset, especially in front of her own men who are watching her be told what to do by a paladin. But she eventually takes a step back and she goes, "Well, you are the one that came to us and brought us this news of these goblins so close to our home. I suppose I should let you lead the charge, and I shall still be in front of the V, but you can place yourself in between Canneray and myself, sure."
Okay. I will try to do so. And
Oh.
Okay, cool. And actually, I think I could probably start. Yeah, sweet.
As they're
Alright.
doing this, Arthur's just gonna reach down to his side and pull out his sort of a metallic sort of fox face mask, and he's gonna chuck it on.
Nice.
And
Ison's gonna pull the strings on his cloak and make it like when you get the jumper, you know, like pull
Oh
it
yeah.
tight.
Fox mask sort of is like a sort of orangey standard faith fox mask with like white on the sides, and then it's sort of covered in like different runes and symbols from
That's sick.
like Furbolgian symbols and all that. So yeah.
Jenny will look at you when you put the mask on and kind
Uh-oh.
of give you a curious glance and not say anything, but roll an insight check.
I shall roll an insight check. 14?
She seems jealous of it. Like, damn, that's a cool mask. Boy, I really wish I had one.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I got a dragon for a face.
That is almost as, or if not even cooler than my face. So
I just got some pointy ears.
Astrid, you've got to
Oh,
make
no.
Canneray a human face mask.
Yeah.
You're just like it.
Just an ordinary human,
What's
guys.
Yeah,
We've got to kill a human first.
Ghibli, are we ending it here and doing the battle next week?
Yeah, I was gonna have you guys place yourselves where you wanted to be. So this is the where the army and stuff is gonna be, and then wherever Arthur, Austihr, Ignis, and Hisan would like to be. Also, you have left your mounts tied to a tree far away from where the battle will be, and Angramar can be there unless you would like Angramar to join you. No? Okay.
He's gonna play in the water a little bit.
ride in with the cavalry, just
flee if
cavalry
anything
charge.
All right.
Did I lose my ruler permissions, by the way?
No, you shouldn't have.
I don't know why it's gone.
It's the little ruler
Oh,
on the
well.
side, snap to center.
Yeah, it's not there.
Have you tried getting good?
No, I
Diagnosis?
haven't, unfortunately.
Skill issue.
Yeah,
Look at all
it
these
just goes straight from the pointer to the paint brush.
Huh. It's
Oh,
probably a
The
browser.
ruler for me was
situation.
down below. Was like
Yeah, the
two
ruler's
below
like-
that.
Mine's
Yeah,
My
no, it's
ruler's
than the
under
paintbrush.
the the
I only have
magnifying glass.
I only have
Magnifying.
five options. I have
Oh,
the
that's weird.
select move, the draw, the magnifying glass, the roly boy, and the help one.
I didn't
Weird.
touch your
Random.
permissions. All right, so I'm gonna say that next time when we come back, we're going to start, and we'll have Canneray go up and attempt to be diplomatic. But dope sesh, you guys. You guys
Oh,
got
yeah.
a lot accomplished.
I don't want to wait a whole week.
I know, me
Yeah,
neither.
I want to fight goblins.
Sorry.
Now I'm gonna
Hold
forget
on.
what I'm
I
gonna
have
say.
to-
It's fine. I
I
got
have to be up.
Kill the
Write it down,
Aw.
write it down, so you don't forget.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cuties. Well, that was super dope. I'm happy that no one got murdered today.
Almost.
Me too.
Almost.
By a bunch
We
of
gotta-
sentient twigs.
I mean, nobody
Look-
got murdered before either. I mean,
We
that was
need
just
to-
self-defense.
We need to freaking like really stop splitting the party. But
Well, I'm sorry.
Arthur and I
You.
were talking about that.
Yeah, we're like, well,
After this, Rainier is basically going to be like being like the party mother and being like I took.
all right, everybody, hold hands, get your partners.
To be
Like,
fair,
hurry
That's
up.
where those
across
bees
the
things-
road.
Do you
How
have a
did
way
we
to
know it would be
contact
attacked by
us?
sentient sticks?
No.
In,
No.
in the middle of town.
Town, yeah.
In the
It
middle
was
of
meant
just
to
a
just
simple
be
job.
an easy job, just a 2-minute
Think-
job.
In and out, 2
Sound,
minutes.
imagine you did that yourself if you didn't go
I
back
know.
to help if you just studied.
I'm guessing that's why.
If you would have rolled a
Jibbly.
20, you would have been able to. Okay, so 2 things happened. If average didn't change the weather, and if you would have rolled a 20 or more by yourself, you would have been able to move the thing yourself. And then when you went to the second log, the second tree, then you would have been attacked by yourself. And you probably would have. It would have been a TPK. Well, not a TPK. It would have been a Hisun K.
TP.
Well,
I think
could've-
you
could've run away.
I think you underestimate my ability to run.
Yeah.
I got short
By all
legs.
means,
Those
yes.
little
These
legs
boots
can
were
pump,
made for
man.
walking, dude.
Okay.
These boots were made for walking very quickly in the opposite direction of combat.
So
And that's
in a
just what
way,
they'll do.
average saved your life.
In
by
a
did.
way,
saving your life.
average saved your life. Yeah. That's
Average.
average.
Very cool.
You're a
It's
blessing.
average.
But you
Thanks,
know what I
average.
learned?
Very
You know
cool.
what I learned? Don't help people on the side of the road that look distressed because it's a death sentence.
Yeah. In this day and age, there is no what's it called? Good saint law.
Yep, there's
whatever.
there's no goodwill. Everything is
I mean,
bad. You
everything's
must
bad.
charge a mozza for everything. Just charge out your ass for everything, and
Also,
don't help people for nothing. No
There you
goodwill.
go.
Well,
And that's the way we end the session.
Yep.
End
Yep.
stream.
Bye.
Bye.
No good deed. Charge for everything.
Charge for everything. No good deeds. That's it.
Bye,
Have
Chad.
you guys heard about Amazon
Yeah.
Prime?
Nope.
Bye,
Goodbye.
chat. Yeah, Amazon Prime. Use your Prime subscriptions.
Subscribe to